My bad.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to the Carter Love Talk Show After Hours. This is your wellness checkup. I just wanted to take an opportunity to do a wellness checkup, and we'll dive deeper into that a little later. But I'm trying to get used to the structure that we're creating, and so I'm excited. So the first thing we do is we talk about what we're drinking, and I am not doing a dry January like Ja, but I wanted to come to you guys clear-minded today. One, I haven't been taking great care of myself since I went back into the retail world, so I was a little dehydrated this weekend. Well, actually not this weekend, sorry, Thursday and today. But also because this is centered around wellness and there may be people seeking advice or seeking comfort, I wanted to come to you guys clear-minded and ready, sharp and ready to answer any questions or provide any comfort. So I am not drinking anything. I was going to bring my yummy water in here, but if y'all ever see me leave, it's because I have to potty. So I be texting John like, can you take over for me? Because I got to go potty. I think it's gotten to the point where now I should be able to just send the toilet emoji and he's like, I got you.
Oh man.
Are you drinking anything specific tonight?
Still the same thing as before. Non-alcoholic Coronas. Just a little update. It was yesterday or Wednesday was my week 1 of no alcohol. I know it's small, but the small things are big. So
that's how you build on it.
But did we already go over our highs and lows?
No, we're not there yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we're working on it. But yeah, I'm drinking this. So this is like I ain't gonna lie, this is my 4th one. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I be drinking these like they real, but they're not. But it's just a feeling like I get off work and I'm just and I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and enjoy this. But I'm acting like it's my Friday. But I will say I haven't been the good part about it is I haven't been craving it too much. And I'm not like I need it type of person, but for someone who I can go get a drink whenever I want, knowing that I can't do it makes it a little bit more annoying. But I did test myself. There's a bottle that's sitting in my cabinet right up there. I ain't touched it since New Year's, and I'm so proud of myself because like normally I'd just be like, forget it, and get to pouring. But I was like, bro, it's been sitting up there, so I'm good. So
yes.
we're gonna start a week 2. We're gonna keep it pushing. I ain't feeling, but we all slip up sometimes. We humans, so stuff happens. But as long as you get back on that horse,
Yes, and that's what I love because sometimes I feel like if you slip up, some people be like, "Well, that's it."
That's that.
Like, no, it's a new day. Let's just start all over tomorrow. That don't mean keep drinking though.
Exactly.
Like I already fucked up today. Might as well keep going. No,
I did that last year when I was trying to do this, and I was like, I drank yesterday. It's too late. I messed up. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep on throwing it back and give me something to smoke on. Like I was like, forget it. Messed up. I'll do it another time. But I was like, no. Sometimes you slip up, but it's just like when you fall, you're gonna stand right back up and continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't fall back
also the important thing to remember is taking everything a day at a time. Like, yeah, you want to complete the whole month, but also it's like cold turkey. So like it's like you gotta give yourself, those moments.
Right.
It's okay to mess up, but now it's a new day. We're gonna restart, kind of thing.
Right.
So I love that. As I said, we are creating a new structure. I did forget to say a couple of things like make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you be notified every time we post this video. And then make sure you share in the comments what you're drinking today. And if you have any specific goals around drinking in this month. Like I said, today I'm not. I just need to. I wanted to because I love to taste tequila, baby. But I was like, I need to hydrate. I woke up and my mouth, like my lips were dry. And I was like, baby, where we do that at? And I was like, but you ate all those. I had like pineapples. I made a fruit salad. It was pineapple, cucumber, and celery. Like I had pineapple juice, I mean pineapples, and then pineapple water. Like I had all this stuff. But baby, where was the real water? We
Yeah.
didn't have the real water. We
Yeah,
had like
the last few times I got drunk before the year ended, that was happening to me, and it's never happened before. I was waking up and my lips were like so dry, they were like ripping. There was scars, and I was like, "Why do my lips feel like I've got cut somewhere, or a paper cut or something?" I don't
yeah,
know. And it was I had looked it up, and I'm like, "It's just because you're dehydrated, so your lips are
yeah,
drying out." And I'm like, "Yo, I don't like that feeling. I've never experienced this. I don't want
yeah,
that."
yeah. I woke up. There was a light headache, and then around my lips was dry. So I was like, no, ma'am,
I didn't know hangovers came with crusty lips.
no, ma'am, no, ma'am. So anyways, so now we're moving on to our spotlight. As you guys seen earlier, this episode is sponsored by Shea Butter, because pleasure is meant to be felt. I'm super excited that we have opened up this spot for us to start spotlighting brands, especially starting with our brands, because every co-host that has been on this show is a business owner. And so it's important to me that we support one another on and off the screen. And so this is our opportunity to support each other on the screen. As you guys know, I've talked about the oils before. I've talked about the journey of me getting to the oils, and things just constantly growing when it comes to the oils. So go ahead and check out the carterlovellc.com website and see which oil is best for you. I currently have 3 in stock. These oils are perfect. I call them crown to soul oils because you can use them in your hair, on your skin, and they're also very good for what is it called? I call it, it's not just aromatherapy, because the reality is anything you put on your skin is going into your bloodstream. So it's also good for your, I say, your nervous system. So it's really good. Like I said, just pick an ingredient that's best for you. There's 3 different ones. I always tell people just copy and paste the ingredients into Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT why it's good for you specifically. Depending upon your hair type, your skin type, all the things. And then that'll let you know which one you should be purchasing. Or we can talk about it. I'm cool with that too.
I will
So
say
that
I need to re up. I need to re
you
up.
to re up. That's good to hear.
I
Um,
just I've been jumping between because I had 2 different scrubs because you know
mhm.
you sent me the salt scrub or the sea is it sugar scrub,
It's a brown sugar coffee scrub.
brown sugar coffee scrub. And what's crazy was I don't remember you saying coffee the first time. I just remember you saying brown sugar. So when I used it, I used it everywhere, and I'm like, why do I want breakfast right now? I was like, I've never smelled brown sugar that smell like coffee. I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. And then I smelled it. I'm like every time I opened it, I thought I was tripping. I thought I was just hungry. And I'm like, why am I smelling coffee? Where's the sugar? And then I was like, oh my goodness, it's in here. But I love the way that scrub makes my body feel afterwards. Like, and then on top of that, sometimes I was using it if I was in a rush, because they got this stuff called orange that maintenance men use, mechanics use. It's
Yeah.
to it's to clean your hands, and it got like exfoliating stuff inside. But sometimes when I'm in a rush, I don't like using it because it makes my hands feel kind of weird, and
Hmm.
it's like keeps this orange smell on it, so it makes my
Yeah, I was gonna say
cologne.
that citrus is strong. It's
Yeah, and
powerful.
I'm like, it's strong, but when if I'm in a rush and I got to get out, but I need to clean my hands, I use that too, and I'll be like, and I bounce out, and it's like nobody really, I'm an old man as it is, so they just smell, oh, this dude smell like coffee and love. I like that, but no, it really, I gotta re up on that, most definitely,
I
most
love
definitely.
that. That's good to know. Because I always, what I found too, what I love about my products is people use them differently. Like there's one man, he used to have waves, but now he's clean shaven on the head, so he uses it on his head. But he used them before he would get his haircut too, and then he would use it again afterwards to get rid of like the little hairs, that little annoying hairs. Um, but also the cool thing is because of different body chemistries, it smells different. Like for me, it smells like caramel. Like when I get out, of the shower, I smell like caramel.
That's what I smell
So,
after.
yeah.
But like
Yeah.
during, I smell coffee. But after, when it's like rinsed off and all that, it smells like a caramel chocolate type of
Yeah, because
smell.
it's like the coffee blends with the brown sugar and the sea
Mm-hmm.
salt, and it just becomes like this caramely, lovely smell. Yeah, yeah. So
You did your big one with that one, dog. You did your big one.
Leslie, good dog. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Again, I'm excited for the expansion for this brand. But we have to start off where we're at, and so I'm excited to start where we're at. If you follow the what is it called? The Instagram, there's a lot more details. That's where all the updates go. You can purchase it on the website, carterlovellc.com, but most of the updates will be on the Instagram, which is Shay Shay Butter _. That's literally it. But yep, that is the spotlight. I'm so excited for putting it out there, manifesting, not just spotlighting my brand, but also spotlighting all the co-host brand, but also spotlighting some of the people who have been on the original Carter Love Talk show, newer people, like other people who may reach out to Ja or me. So if you know of a business that you think should be spotlighted, send them my way and I can start building a relationship with them and we can figure stuff out.
Most definitely.
Yes. So now we are at our highs and lows for the week.
You
Whew.
want to start?
I would say my high. I think I'm ready for these glasses to come off. Whew. It's just hard because the way the light be hitting them. I would say my high for the week would be being able to one, like, rest, the type of rest I got to receive. So I got to rest, literally sleep. Got to get acupuncture. I got to hang out with my babies and watch anime, and then I got to cuddle up with them. So I received a lot of rest within the last 2 days, which I needed tremendously.
That's
So that would be my highs. As for my lows, the low would be, I feel like it's like working in retail. I haven't been able to do as much self-care as I normally do. So like I said before, the lack of water intake that I've had. Um the lack of water intake, eating, I walk to work, so like that's taking a toll on my body to some degree.
how far is the
Just
walk?
like it's an hour walk. It's like an hour and 15 minutes.
So
Yeah.
an hour and 15 there and back, or an hour and 15 there?
Hour and 15 there.
Oh, so you literally walking 2.5 hours a day.
Yeah, a day. Well, it depends because if they schedule me to work too early, it's too dark in the morning for me to walk, so I will Uber. If they schedule me to work too late, then I will Uber because it's like safety comes
Safety
before
first.
saving money.
Safety first. Need you to be safe, dog.
Safety comes before saving money. So I will Uber if it's too early or too late. But other than that, I do walk there and back. So
Okay.
that's been taking a toll. So I feel like I'm like a little behind on my homework, but I always pull through. Like that's what I do like about psychology is for me, it's not hard for me to get back on top of things. I guess because I like it, so I absorb it fast. And so I'm able to do the homework. But yeah, so that's the low, is just the exhaust, but the high was that I was able to rest and regroup and recover.
Rest is needed. Rest is needed.
Most definitely.
Okay. Uh I guess I'll start off with my low. My low is I kind of didn't get that much sleep this week. Well, actually I did, surprisingly. But it's I wouldn't call it a low, but we are fasting at my church. Um and the fast is all month. but each week it's a different fast. And this week,
Mhm.
part of the fast was no eating until 5 p.m. And between 5 and 12, you can eat and uh and drink whatever juices or sodas or whatever it is. But throughout the day, all you can drink is water and coffee if you need it. So like it's been real hard throughout the day because like my team's eating lunch and stuff and all that. And then
Yeah,
my regional came down and she bought everybody lunch and I'm just like, I can't eat today, but I appreciate
yeah,
it. That was, and I only say that's my low because, like I was explaining to you before we hopped on here, I'm so used to I can go eat when I want, but now that I can't at the moment, but I know I can. It doesn't matter. Like nobody's stopping me. I'm like I'm trying to do something here, and I got to stick to
yeah,
it. But knowing that the food is right there, whatever it is right there, and I can take it. But the high is I've been doing good all week, so that's
yeah,
what I'm happy about. Like because every time it hit 5 o'clock, I was no longer hungry. Like I didn't really
yeah.
care to eat, but I still had to eat something because I was like, I can't
Yeah.
go into the next day without eating because I won't be able to eat till 5. And then if I pass out on the property somewhere around here, it's bad. They're gonna be like, you got to scrape
Pimp
Jay up with the
down,
shovel. Man, the pimp down, pimp 32. Like I can't, we
pimp
can't have
down.
that. But yeah, my high is uh, again, I know it's into the new year, but I'm in the 1 week of not drinking alcohol, and then I survived the fast that we did this week. I heard we got another one next week, and I don't know if I can do that, but because they said
What
it's
is it?
it's liquids only, so like smoothies or anything like
Okay.
that. And I'm like, my job is too much physical labor. I don't know if I'll be able to.
Oh, bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't want none of that. But those are my highs and lows
I
of
love
the
that
week.
though because I feel like sometimes people miss the power of fasting because like you said, it's right there. I remember when I was fasting cuz I did a 3-day fast. No nothing, just water.
Hmm.
And there was a part of me that was like, "Girl, why are you starving yourself? You can just go eat right now. Like there's food in the kitchen."
Yes, I'm telling
But
you.
it was like discipline, like it's like self-control, discipline, and also why am I doing this, right? So it's like a certain level of self-love, right?
Right,
Because in that instance I was doing it because I have this hormone imbalance, and so that means certain stuff gets stored away. I mean, our body already stores stuff, but my body stores stuff differently because of the hormone imbalance.
right,
It's not regulated the way the average person's body is regulated, right?
right,
And so I had like a store up of fat and insulin. And so I needed to get that down. And I felt like that was the best way to get it down was to do the 3-day fast. And it helped. Like I seen a difference in my stomach. And so I was like, this is definitely worth it 100%.
oh yeah,
um so I feel like there's so much, it's like a different way to love your body, and a different way to love your mind, and so I feel like you feel that afterwards,
right.
um and so you feel closer to yourself to some degree. So there's so much power in fasting that I think that we miss. I know for me, I used to just do it because they told us to do it at church.
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to do this one too was because most of the time we fast at church. I literally only did it just because of the no eating thing. I was thinking more, I want to lose weight. I never actually sat and did like the you gotta fast, but you gotta read these scriptures while you fast and stuff like that. So this is also a different thing for me at the moment.
Yeah,
Um, um, I'm not. I don't know what is necessarily. I know you're supposed to, get your revelation and hear stuff. And I feel a bit different. Like every time
yeah,
I'm listening to these scriptures now, because sometimes I listen to them, but I'm like, all right, that was cool. But like these past few ones, I've been kind of picking up what I'm listening to. Like I'm actually understanding. I'm like, oh wow,
yeah.
okay,
It's like a new level of understanding. It's
yeah. I'm
like
like, get
that's
my
what
third
I
eye open.
yeah. I do like certain affirmations or certain talks with myself just reminding myself that I'm capable and that, and things like that. And so that's why, again, I feel like it heightens your self love and your self connection, because you're now like, you're pouring into yourself in a different way, but also in a state where your body is like, feed me, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or like even your chemistry is different in your body because you haven't eaten. So your filter is thinner. You know what I mean? Your like, what is it, that thin ice? Everybody's on thin ice. Like, you know what I mean? But you have self control. Your self control is increasing because you're able to feed yourself with spirits. I mean spirits with scripture is what I meant to say.
Yes.
With scripture, with affirmations, with positive words of encouragement to yourself. You know what I mean? Um, so I feel like it's a powerful tool for sure. And I feel like I kind of wish that when I was younger, I would have understood it more.
Right.
I knew that we had to do it. We had to do it because I was a praise dancer and a choir member, and so we had to fast, pray, and go to Bible study and Sunday school and all the things. But I'm a person who does better when it's explained to me, not implied. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is why we do this. Pop, 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 pop. And then heart is open and I'm on fire. Let's go. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Nah, I get you. I get you.
But yeah, I applaud you for your success of
Thank you.
it's a powerful thing.
Thank you. It is. It is.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. So tonight's episode is all about wellness check-ins. Remember, you guys can go ahead and put your highs and lows in the audience. I mean, in the audience, in the comments. Um, Even if you are watching the replay, you can still put your highs and lows in there. I still love to read those, whether you're live with us or
Right.
not. But tonight's episode was is all about a wellness check-in, just a safe space for you guys to air it out or to seek some positive vibes, positive energy. My eyes are dry, so I have to keep switching between because I can't stand the light glaring on it, but I also am dry-eyed. But anyways, I've seen people say like this year already kicking my ass, or like, stuff like that. Storms come before the, success, and like it
Hmm.
gets harder before it gets better. I keep seeing that. And so I felt like it was necessary to create an episode where people can come and just check in and get some sort of positivity. I will say for me, I was just talking to Callie about this. I live in a storm. Like, that's just the call that's been placed on my life. I live in a storm. I have moments of sunlight to where I grow, and then the storm come right back. And so I've learned to embrace the storm of life. And I believe that that's what my life is like because of the call that's been placed on my life, which is for me to be here with you guys and give you guys encouragement. So I go through storms, so a lot of people don't have to go through the extent of the storms that I go through, or go
Mm.
to the depths of the storm that I've been through. So I wanted to do this episode just so we can have some sort of check-in, just so people can have a space where they can come talk about some of the things that they've been through in the comments, or send them to me. And then we can just like I said, send some words of encouragement, maybe brainstorm some solutions or some mindset shifts that we can go through. I'm gonna light this sage because it smells good.
And if you gotta cry, feel free to cry. Ain't no shame in here.
Yes, crying is a beautiful thing. I'm a crier. And I'm one of those people who, like, I've gotten to the point where I don't mind crying in front of other people. I'm not expecting you to do anything about it, but
Because you got so many people. Once you start crying, they just like, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I feel like most men are like that, and it's kind of frustrating. I'm gonna need y'all to do better. I'm
Well,
just
I
kidding.
know I had a female friend like that years ago. I had broke down, and she was like, she's not a emotional person. So like for one, even when her female friends are like break down and cry, she's just looking like she's like rubbing your back, but you can tell the rub is like awkward. Like, what is
Yeah.
get off me? But it's because there are people out there that really don't know how to handle
No,
when
I know.
someone's in
I've
their
I've known
emotions.
some people like that myself. I know for me, sometimes when I cry, I'm not expecting someone to comfort me or hold me. Especially if, like you said, they're not usually a comforter, because it's like, you're not really helping me. Like
Yeah,
now I'm here now, I'm sitting here and you got this stiff little,
the little rub.
you know
You
what
about
I
to start a
mean? And
fire,
I'm like, maybe I need to wrap up this crying session so that we can
right?
stop this awkward moment. I'm just a sensitive individual, and sometimes stuff hits me, and so I don't mind just crying by myself. Um, but that's probably also because I have not found that person that knows how to handle those situations.
Yeah, it's very hard nowadays, especially because when sometimes when people get in those modes too, a lot of people like to, I don't know how to put it. It's not ignore how you feeling, but it's like they want to compare and like overshadow how you feeling when you in those moments.
Yeah, at least it's not this, and I'm going through this, and yeah,
Like it could
my
be
thing
work.
is,
Like you lose a grandma. Yeah, I lost all my grandmas. Like damn, dog. Like
yeah.
I get it, that sucks, but I'm just like,
No, I had to stop surrounding myself around those kind of people because it's hard. It's hard to feel anything. You know what I mean? When there's that person who's always trying to one up your pain. You know what I mean? One up anything with you. It's like, to me, it's not a real connection because you're
no,
not hearing my pain. I've been through some things, and if you've been through something that I feel like is not as hard as what I've been through, we all have our own level of hard. So who am I
yeah,
to be like, that's nothing? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Who am
Like
I to be like,
it's understandable if you're trying to say something like to let them know you get how they're feeling and you're
yeah,
here for them. But like when you over here trying to one up them, like why are you trying to one up me on an
yeah,
emotional moment right now? Like
yeah,
what is that helping? That's it's not helpful. It's not
yeah,
helpful.
exactly. I think for me, the hardest thing is I don't like to explain why I'm crying. And people be like, what happened? Why are you crying? What's wrong?
Well, now is it
I
you
just
don't want
want
to
to cry.
explain it right then and there or
Yeah, I don't want to
okay.
explain it right then and there. I just want to cry because crying is part of my process. So sometimes I just want to, once I cry, I have a clear view of things.
Right.
So I'm gonna know more after I cry. But if you're gonna interrupt me while I'm crying, then I'm not gonna know. Or I'll know pieces, but I won't have my finger on it specifically. I don't like that. I just want to be able to be be me in that moment. And if that means me is crying, then let me cry.
But you also got to remember, someone's not used to how you grieve or how your process or whatever of venting or whatever it is. You got to also kind of find a way to fill them in, even if it's not easy. Just hey, let me.
Yeah, I usually say like I usually say I'm not ready to talk about it. Like if they
Mm,
ask me and I'm crying, I'll say I'm not ready to talk about it. But it's rare, I'm not gonna lie, it's rare that people see me cry. That I know. Like if I like sometimes I'll do like an audio journal, and then
hmm
I'm walking afterwards and I'm reflecting on it, and like I might be on a walking path and somebody might walk past me and I'm crying. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're like, of course they're not gonna be like, are you okay? You know what I mean?
Right.
Um at home I might cry, the kids might see me, they might ask if I'm okay. And with them, of course I'll say, it just depends on where I'm at in the crying session. And
Right.
I'll just say something like if that, like one time they caught me crying, um and it was like crying, I was crying over a friend, and I was like, oh, I lost a friend. I'm like, the friend is still alive, but we're not friends anymore.
Mm,
And like they're smart. Like so they're like, well, why aren't you guys friends? Did this happen? Did this happen? You know? And so they want to know all the details. And then that's when I'll be like, depending upon where I'm at, I'll be like, we'll talk about it later. Like, let me just finish crying.
Right. Yeah.
So I've gotten good at like letting people know why, like what's what, but also I haven't cried around very many people. I've just gotten to the point where I am comfortable with crying.
Yeah, and a lot of people also, got to understand most people can't really tell you what's going on. You also got to be patient too.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people, like you said, they'll push you to saying stuff.
Mhm.
And I used to be one of those people, and I feel bad. Any of my friends out there that's watching, I'm so sorry, but they all knew I did nothing but care about them, and I loved them. I just always wanted to make sure they was okay. But I never understood because back I used to yell at people like, "Stop lying to me, tell me what's wrong." But
Yeah.
back then I didn't know like you can't really do that. You got to let everybody feel what they got to feel. You got to let them
Yeah.
let it out. And once they let it out, I promise you they will come to you. Or they will go
Yeah.
to whoever it is. It don't even have to be you. And I got to a
Yeah.
point in my life where if someone came to me and they were feeling some type of way, I don't even tell them they got to talk to me. I'm like, when you ready to open up, do so. If it's to me, hey, I'm here for you. But if it's to somebody else, do so. But open up to like talk to
Talk to
somebody.
somebody.
Talk
Yeah.
to somebody. Don't just hold
Yeah.
that to yourself.
Yeah. That's the powerful thing too is people have to remove themselves out of it. Sometimes we want to know because we're uncomfortable with not knowing. This person just started crying in front of me. What am I supposed to do? Sometimes we want to know because we want to be the person that person runs to. But the reality is you may not even be a safe space for that person to run to.
Man,
And that's something you gotta check.
yeah. Because not everybody. Ooh, uh, I like I said, I used to be like that in high school where I was so cool with so many people. So when stuff happened, I'm like, I used to get irritated. Like, well, you come tell me what's going on. Like, I can't be everybody's superhero. I'm not everybody's diary. But like, like I said, I got to a point where I was like, if they want to talk to me and tell me, they'll tell me. If they don't, as long as I know they're okay, and as long as they know there's still this is a safe space, you can't talk to me. I'll be fine because you got to
Yeah,
accept that everybody ain't gonna talk to you.
yeah. I feel like that's one of the things I'm learning right now. One is that I am that person for a lot of people. Um, and I guess it's to be expected, especially because the career that I'm going into.
Right.
But I'm that person
I'm
for a
still
lot of
here. I'm still here.
people. But I'm that person for people that I want them to be that person for me, but they don't have the capacity to be that person for me. So
Right.
I have to make peace with, even though there's all these people that can come to me for them to lean on, I don't have all these people. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't have that in those people, I should say. So that's frustrating for me sometimes, but also that realizing that sometimes some people aren't at a certain spot in their healing journey
Right.
where not only they can't be that person for you, but also they can't even be 100% honest with you because they're not even being 100% honest with themselves. So they might tell you something, but it may not be everything. You may not know everything. Like you may
True.
not know the full truth of how they're feeling or whatever. Um,
Right.
or like for example, I have some insight on how a friend of mine is feeling um about moving into a new relationship. But that friend has not told me, and instead that friend likes to communicate about the individual that she's crushing on. And so we go back and forth about the individual, and she paints it as if she's not interested in him, but she is. And so I'm like, this girl want this man, and she's making it seem like she don't want this man. And
Yeah.
it'd be frustrating to me because I'm like, why can't she just tell me? Because she can't just tell herself. She hasn't even
Yeah,
said
I
it
was about to say she
herself.
probably ain't being honest with herself, and she feels
Yes,
like
and
once she says it out loud, it's gonna
it's
be real, and she not ready for that.
exactly, exactly. So like making peace with that, but then also making peace with this is someone who's like again has a certain level of healing that has to happen, right? So this is also someone that I can't go to vent to.
Right.
Not just because she can't be honest with herself, but also because, again, there's a certain level of healing that has to happen before what I share can be protected.
You're
Um,
right. I get you.
so it that's one of the things I'm learning is everyone that you're a vault to is not a vault for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everyone that you there, I've had friends where I'm very open and understanding, but when I tell them something that I did that may be crazy, or the girl, why would you do that? And I'm like, I didn't give you that energy when you came to me, like,
Look,
because you be
they be on
doing
you
that,
be over
girl.
there like, look, I listened and I didn't judge. Why you over here judging me?
You know,
I
sure,
ain't gonna
and you
lie.
did some stuff that was worse than me. No,
I
but
ain't
the
gonna.
good thing is I'm glad that that doesn't cross my mind. And I feel like that's why I'm still a vault for people, because that don't cross my mind. I don't be like throwing shit back in their face. You know what I mean? But like outside looking in, now that I'm not in some of those connections, I'm able to be like, damn, like maybe that wasn't the person to go to.
Yeah. Nah, me, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with a lot of y'all. I'll be judging when y'all talk to me, but it's only because everybody judges. But I'll never like out there judge you like crazy. Because for one, you came to me for a reason. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna be honest. I know everybody else won't. Everybody gonna judge.
Yeah.
Like if I came out here and been like, yeah, you know, I like sucking toes, y'all gonna judge me. But some of y'all gonna be like, I mean, he came out and told us he likes sucking toes, so hey, do like sucking toes. I ain't gonna say nothing to him. You know, I do
That's
not
his
like
right. He
sucking
can do whatever
toes.
the
I'm
fuck
put that
he
out there.
wants.
Ain't nobody sucking toes over here. I'm just putting that out there. But like, you know, it's still is
Oh.
it's if someone does open up to you, whoever you are, please remember, like, watch yourself, because they coming to you and they're being vulnerable at that time. Even if
Yep.
you didn't want it or you didn't expect it or something, still hear them out because that's meaning something to them.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like I said, I still it's a judge free zone though. I don't care who you are. I've had randoms come up to me on the street and vent to me, and I'm just like, all right, you know, I'm listening. I might have judged, but I ain't gonna tell you. But I'm listening, and if you need some advice, I got you. You know, but you know, always be a listening ear. And remember, when people are venting to you, if you're confused in the like in the beginning or the end, whatever it is, it's okay to also ask them. Look, are you venting to me because you want advice, or you
Yeah.
talking to me because you want an ear? Because some of us, like me, I have my moments where I think when people are venting to me, they want advice. They
Yeah.
want advice. So I would like wait it out and let them talk and let them talk. And then I wait to hear them say, well, what you think? All right, cool. They want some advice. But most of the
Yeah.
times I just wait, like, because I don't want to just off and answer, because sometimes people take that as judgment too. Like, damn, you just came up and started correcting me, but all I did was came and, you know, wanted to.
Yeah. For me, it's like you didn't think I knew that, because a lot of times people will give me suggestions of stuff that I've already tried. Because if I'm now venting to you, baby, I've already tried everything. It's hard for me to
Mm-hmm.
ask myself. It's hard for me to vent to others. So if I'm coming to you, it's not for a solution, but I will say that it's for a solution, right? Like I will, like when I ask you for advice, I'll be like, let me get your opinion on this real quick. You know what
Like,
I'm saying?
yeah. So like, it's on both sides. Like, if you are coming for an advice, if coming for advice from somebody after after you vent or whatever, let that person know before you even start. Or, you know, like me, I just be like, hey, you know, you got an ear just to listen real quick. And my homeboy would be like, what's up? And like, that's our way of code of saying,
Yeah,
bro, I just need to talk and I want you to listen.
yeah. I
But
usually say, can I unload? And sometimes depending upon who I unload on, I know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like this week I had a situation and I unloaded on my cousin and Callie. I knew Callie was gonna give me, he likes his like, you know,
he,
his
he fired back. That's what happened.
theoretical, like not theoretical, it's like he's scriptural, and like he likes to pull who you are and reflect it back to you, right?
Right.
So I knew that's what I was going to get from him. I knew from my cousin she was going to be up there on fire with me. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I needed both of those.
Oh, you wanted the correction and you wanted the support for what's going
Because
on,
the
pretty
thing
much.
is, too, sometimes when we're swept up in emotion, it's like, am I wrong? Like, you know, am
I
I
get it.
am I in my feelings too much?
But
And so,
that's why you gotta have somebody else that's like indifferent. Someone that's always gonna be like, no,
and
you're
that's why I
you
went to
messed
my
up.
cousin, because my cousin, she also is like that though. She'll be like, "Girl, nah, you was, I wouldn't have did that, or you shouldn't have did that," or you know what I mean. But she'll also still have that same hype, with me too, depending upon what the situation. If I'm right, if I'm right.
Right.
But also, um, there are certain people you can unload with that will handle you in a certain way, right? I
Right.
know a lot of times we know who to go to, for those things. You know what I mean? Uh, and also sometimes it's situational, right? It's dependent upon what situation you're in, who has what life experience. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going through something with, my kid's father, most likely I'm not gonna come to you because
Yeah,
you.
I was just about to give that as an example. Like ain't nobody gonna come and talk to me.
Yes.
Like I'm not
So
a father like that. I mean, I'm a
yes.
father because
So
people wish me happy Father's Day, but you know,
you a different kind of father, okay?
no, I take care of a lot of adults that I should not. All my friends call me the father of the group, so I get text messages like
Yes.
"Happy
But that's
Father's
that's
Day."
a different kind
Get
of
up out
father,
of here,
okay?
dog.
But so in those situations, I know that I can't come to you for that,
Right.
right? But when it comes to other stuff, I know, okay. But I also, what I like to is I know who's like, who's gonna like rip the band-aid off, and it's gonna sting for a long ass time.
Yeah,
I know who's
buddy.
gonna be that in between, and I know who's gonna be like the hand holder. But they're
Yeah.
still gonna be honest, but it's gonna be, the hand is gonna be held.
I'm that person sometimes. I'm both sometimes.
I feel like
Nay,
for me, you're that in between.
Nay can vouch for you. I'm kind of the in between. Like she'll hit me up when she want to pretty much. She knows she gonna get cussed out, but she also know I'm. But it's so I got you, dog.
Yeah,
I got you.
you did
It's
some dog
okay.
shit, but I love you, and
Cause
you
that
you
band ain't
learn
gonna get
from
ripped.
your
But here goes
lesson.
some Neosporin and here go a new band
Yeah,
aid, dog. We back in. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just not kissing the boo boos. I'm not doing that. But yeah, no, you gotta have that. You gotta have that when
yeah,
it comes to
yeah,
venting wise. But
yeah,
um, on the topic of it though, wellness checks are something that I do encourage for a lot of friend groups. Um, I have a best friend. Her name is Chanel. She's in Vegas. We went to high school together. We don't talk as much, but my way of a wellness check is besides seeing them on Instagram because yeah, you can see people posting, but that's not. We talked about this a while back. That's not how they really feel. Like check up on your
yeah,
people. Check up on your people. You ain't even got to say, "Hey, I'm checking up on you." You could just text them and talk about something, and if you know them, you can gauge it. But if they are close
yeah,
people, hit them up. Wellness checks are needed, and like you said at the beginning of the year, it's a new start for some people. It's a lot like some people's years don't start off as great.
mm-hmm.
So I like the fact that you did this because yeah, it
Yeah,
was a little needed. It was a little needed. I thought I was having a bad thought I was having a bad start to the year and I got a little scared. I'm like, yo, what is going on here?
yeah.
But
I feel like people put so much weight on the new year, though. Like, yes,
yes,
it's an opportunity for new things, but every day is an opportunity for new things. Yes, you want the year to start off right, but maybe the shit that you're going through right now is preparing you for the stuff that's going to happen in spring or in summer. You know what I mean? It's just qualifying you for the things that you asked for. You know what I mean? So also just remembering that it's temporary. Everything we go through is temporary. We're gonna
right,
feel that pain for a little while. Then we're gonna move through it and we're gonna elevate and then we're gonna be feeling something different.
right,
Um, so that's one of the things that I feel like is good to think of. I used to do wellness Wednesdays. Every Wednesday I did a wellness Wednesday live. Um, But y'all, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like, this is easy to be consistent with. Monday night is easy to be consistent with. But doing them additional lives, I don't know what it is about them. I think it's because um traction. Like, here we've built a community. That was on Instagram, and it was kind of hard to build a community on there of people who were like, oh, I missed Wellness Wednesday. Let me watch the replay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas on YouTube, it's been a little bit easier to build that community. And after a while, you do so many lives, it feels like you talking to the wall. Like,
Right.
it feels like you talking to the wall. It's like, are y'all here? Knock, knock, knock. Are you here?
Yeah.
But one of the things I did want to talk about, for those watching, those of us who are here as hosts, is what's one thing you learned last year that you're implementing this year? That's something you can answer for yourself. That's something you can answer in the comments. Again, even if you're watching the replay. One of the things I noticed, and this came to me like 10-20 minutes before we was like live.
Pop it in
Because
here.
I'm getting all my ideas be coming when I be out of the shower, because I be singing in there, and intuition be like, ooh, talk about this. Little sprinkle. One of the things I learned last year is how to applaud others while I wait for my turn. And this is something that I feel like I was always good at until last year. Because last year, there was like a level up in my self-love. There was a level up in the different areas of my career. And so I'm like, oh shit, this could really happen. Like, as a kid, you're dreaming about being a model, you're dreaming about being a therapist, you're dreaming about all these things, having kids, having a family, you're dreaming about it, but it's like a long ways off, right? So it's easy to be like, yeah, we're all going, yeah, good for you. It's good, it's easy to do that. But then last year, like, I had to slow down because I was saving for my car. Then, like, finances kept, doing their thing. Then again, I started the new year the same thing. And so I'm like seeing all these people doing these different things that I can do. I have the same opportunities. Like, the doors are right there for me to walk through, but I can't walk through them right now. And I'm like, well, good for you, girl. Like, good for you, you know, um, all the things, right? So I had to really like retweak that, because it was like I was becoming envious,
I was
in
about to
a
say
way that
jealous.
was,
A little jealous.
yeah, in a way that was unhealthy, because it was like, before it was like, oh, I want to do that, but it's not your turn right now. And, right now we can still do content at home, and we can still do this and this and this. But then it got to a point, it was like, I want to do that. And if I did that, I would do this better. And I would do this, you know what I mean? And so it got to an unhealthy point instead of a motivational thing, right? And then it was like, but then you got this happening and this happening. You're trying, and it's like, when I get to that spiral where I start listing stuff off, that's when I'm like, you gotta chill, because you over here listing all the stuff that's going wrong in your life, but you're so focused on
Got to
that not
focus on
being
the right.
yours. Yes, exactly. And so that was one of the things that I had to relearn, was how to applaud others while I am waiting for my turn. Because like I said before, the storm's going to be there. It just is. I have to figure out what's the lesson from the storm, and not really so much how it's going to build me up, because it's going to build me up regardless, but just what's the lesson, so we can move past the storm and into the next.
I get you. Yeah, to add on to what you were saying with the whole, getting how you were getting envious. Well, you were almost there for seeing everybody get theirs and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. It brought up a memory, and I don't know if I shared the video with you. If I didn't, I know I got it on Facebook. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to you. But I was listening to this sermon from this pastor, and it made me think about the same thing. A little backstory: a few years, like 2 years ago or whatever, when I was still kind of living with my parents, before I got into my place out here. Me and my sisters were living there, and I had this Chevy S10. It's a little brown truck I got, 2002. It's a little busted up, and I've been trying to get me a new car. I was trying to get me a apartment. I wanted something nice, and my sisters got they cars, and they were a little bit newer. They look nicer, and I'm just sitting here like, yo, I'm working so hard, and I still got this busted up S10. But I ended up getting my car. It's 2020 Ford Explorer ST. Very nice. Everybody's scared of me because they think I'm a police officer. But the reason why I brought that up was, and the reason why I was saying I'm gonna add this on is because I heard this sermon. Excuse me. Uh, I heard this sermon where this pastor was preaching, and at the end of it, he started talking about. He told this little story. It was like a little joke, but it was a story. He was talking about how he was in a Wendy's line, and it was all packed. It's kind of late, so the line's packed and whatnot. People are in there, and he's trying to get him something to eat. And while he's trying to get him something to eat, he did his order, and the lady asked him what did he want. He said his order, and she's like, "Okay, say that one more time." And he repeated it again because it was kind of like a custom order. So he pulls up in the drive-thru. He gets there, and he's like, they're like, all right, they read the order back to him. He's like, yeah, that's it. He paid for it. And they're like, all right, we're gonna need you to pull off to the side. And he started getting a little upset because he's like, everybody knows if they tell you to pull off to the side, everybody else about to start getting their food and they just out, blah blah blah, and all this and that. And so he said he's sitting on the side, waiting for his food, and he's getting a little antsy. He's getting upset because he's seeing everybody else get their food while he's still waiting. But then his food comes out. Finally, he gets it. Everything's correct. Everything's right. Everything's fresh. Everything's hot. The moral of the story was when you're reaching for something, you got a bigger goal in mind, you ain't gonna get it right then and there. Sometimes you gotta pull off to the side. Everybody else gonna get theirs right in front of you. But trust me, when you get yours, it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be fresh, it's gonna be right there, and it's everything that you asked for, and sometimes more. And and when he said that, it hit me because the whole time I was jealous of my sisters. I'm like, why they got the whips? Like, I'm in this S10 bucket. Ain't nobody gonna be like, hey, throw me in your truck. This is a bench seat. 3 of us can sit here and we like this. But then I was like, I had to wait to get mine. And I wanted a new car, but I didn't know I was gonna get it this new. I thought I was gonna get something in the teens. I got something in the 20s. I was like, it gets to a point you're gonna have moments where you're a little jealous.
Yeah.
But just remember, you asked for something greater. So it's going to take time to get that greatness. You're going to have to watch others get theirs, but don't think you're not getting yours. Yours is coming. Please. Yeah. Don't ever think that.
Yes. It's the timing too. Like that. And that's one of the things that I feel like that keeps me is realizing that the timing is always like God's timing is always better than mine.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's just better. Like, I might be like, because y'all know, I've said it before, I'm very impatient. I'm very impatient. But anytime when it does happen for me, because it's going to happen regardless, when it does happen for me, it's always at a better time. It's always at a better time for me mentally, emotionally. It might be better at a better time for my kids, for circumstances, right? As far as like what's happening in my life, as far as like maybe my education, as far as maybe my career, it usually happens at a certain time. So that's one of the things that that I did learn from that too, is really to trust God's timing, but also to trust my abilities. God trusts me with these gifts, which is why I have them. And so now I have to trust him to know when it's time for these gifts to arise or for me to share them. You know what I mean? And I also know that the journey is what's going to help me. And that's how I'm going to help people on my journey, is for me to experience the hardships that I'm experiencing. So that's one of the other things that I learned last year that I'm implementing this year is patience. more so slowing down. Less
Slow
on the
down.
pace side and more of the finding the beauty in slowing down.
Yes.
And as I'm saying that, intuition said you like slow movement. Like I never thought about it like that. When I dance, like I always see those people and they do the pop 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 and they got the move and it's hit hit hit. I don't dance like that. I usually like to like savor the movements. And so I um I do better with freestyle than I do with choreographed dances because choreographed dances are usually like hit hit hit. You know what I mean? And so if I think of life as like a slow dance, I feel like I would do a lot better.
But it's funny that you say that because you do like even when if you look at your poetry, none of it's like rapid fire. Like you're
Yeah,
slow with it. You're slow with it. So
yeah.
just
That's something
carry the
I had
flow.
to learn to do too, because because I have these triggers, not triggers, but if something's very vulnerable, I try to
Hmm.
see through it, or I like get distracted, or like little stuff like that. And so I started. The first person I read my poetry to was my therapist, and she would be like, "Oh, you're moving too fast. Like I can't." She would take notes while I would read my poetry, so I would be reading it too fast. So I had to learn to slow it down, and she would feel it deeply when I would slow it down. And so I'm like, "Oh, girl, like this is how your poetry is meant to be read.
Right.
It's not meant to be rapped.
Right.
You're not supposed to be Twister." No, just kidding. Um, but but that is a cool that's cool to think about too. Like the poetry slow, the dancing. If you This year, I'm gonna find a studio that I can dance in. But I want to do some freestyle dancing. But if you see it, it's not fast, and I can be dancing to a high, like a more upbeat song, and it's still like I live in certain movements. Um, because I feel like there's beauty in living in certain movements, and so excuse me, just like with the poems. So it's like if I was to apply that to life, there's beauty in living in certain moments, no matter whether they're hard or not. Because in the dance, in the poetry, sometimes it's hard. Like they're very emotional poems sometimes. So
Right.
living in those moments can be challenging, but they're necessary, right? In dance, living in those moments actually can be physically uncomfortable, but it's still a powerful thing because it's strengthening me. So thinking about it in that way, I feel like is powerful. So I'm glad I got that little piece from you.
Patience is key, y'all. Like
I
that's
feel like patience is a strong word. Slowing down, I can get behind slowing down.
you need both. You need both, bruh. And the only
Well,
reason why I say
slowing
that,
down teaches patience,
oh yeah, true. I only
but
say
you
that
can't just be
because
like patience, because
that's
my body is like, hold up.
that is
No,
my
because you know what? There's a lot that I know, and a lot of my healing has came from me moving at a fast rate. So I feel like learning to slow down is a beautiful thing, but I also don't want to miss out on what I gain from moving at a fast pace. I guess it's just knowing when and where. You know what I mean?
yeah. With me, I think though that I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got to disagree with you, but with that a little bit. The moving fast, I feel
Think
like
about
that's
this.
not healing because you're
No, it
not
is.
taking the time to feel it. I feel like you gotta move
I
slow
do
to
know.
be healing. Oh, okay.
No,
I
I
mean
do.
that's to each their
No,
own.
I feel it because I do it in multiple ways, right?
Right,
I might sit and write a poem down. It might take me 10, 15 minutes to write that poem. That might be fast for some people, that might be slow for some people. After I've written that poem, I've already started healing. Then I take that poem into a therapy session that's only 45 minutes long, which is kind of fast, right?
right,
Because you know what I mean? It should be an hour or longer, right? 45 minutes. And I only have so much time to read that to her. Then she has to analyze it. Then we talk about it, right? Because there's always something deeper behind the poetry, right? That's
right.
still fast, right?
Yeah,
My mind will already start to implement that. But also, if you think about it career wise, right? I need my mind to move at a fast pace, because if I'm a therapist and you sit with me for 45 minutes and you're telling me a story, I need to be able to connect some dots fast. Especially because you might not want to come back.
But
Not
I ain't
because
coming
of
here
who I
no
am as a
more.
therapist, but because it's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to face that stuff. So I need to be able to process that fast in order for me to give you what you need. But I also, what I'm learning when it comes to slowing down is, one, I need to process that fast, but I also need to find out how to slow down and listen to my intuition, so that I have a message to give you. And that's what I've been learning lately. And it's been working. Like, it's been working since I've been, like, helping people, but I've been learning how to do it more frequently lately. But what I thought about when I said fast is, y'all know me in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh Lord.
Trauma, right? The trauma surgeons, they have to know how to move fast,
You gotta you
right?
gotta
They're
you
still
gotta be able to
healing.
improvise.
Yes. But they got the crisis is right here. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So there are cases where the crisis is right here. We don't have time to, well, but what was your childhood like? And what was it? You know what I mean? Because they want to take their life now. So we don't have time to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Um and honestly, there are signs that you can connect. If you know fast, you can connect those signs fast without them telling you.
True.
And so I have the ability to do that, but sometimes just because you have the ability to do something doesn't mean you need to. You know what I mean? So just because I can move, my mind can move at a fast rate and I can heal at a fast rate, doesn't mean I always have to. Because sometimes I need to, but sometimes, like you said, it is rushing. You know what I mean? At one point in my life, it wasn't necessary. I mean, it's not that it wasn't necessary, it wasn't helping me. So I would have therapy, and then I would go right back to work. And on that day I had two jobs and they were both working with kids. So I
Mm.
didn't get to process my own shit till Friday night. Again, still having to be a mom and take care of the kids and the house and all the things, right? So I didn't have time. I had to compartmentalize a lot. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then on top of that, because I knew that's how my life was set up, I would try to speed through my healing. But also at that time, I felt that was when I was less healed, so I felt like I needed to hurry up and heal so that I can be with someone that loves me, right? So that was a time where speed was not my friend.
Mm.
It was damaging.
I get you.
Yeah, so I feel like I feel like it's knowing yourself and knowing the situation. Speed is a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Just like slowing down, moving too slow when you have the capability to move at a
Much
better
higher
speed. It doesn't
speed.
have to be hyper speed, but you can be moving more than what you move, and that's a problem because now you're hindering yourself. And those people that you're meant, those lives that you're meant to touch, you're now hindering them as well. Like, it's a trickle
Yeah.
effect.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. All right, you got me. You caught me. I thought I was coming out with some heat, and then you was like, "Let me shut that down real quick." Cause no, nah.
I'm a trauma surgeon. What you mean?
Where your Grey's Anatomy diploma at? Let me find that.
I'm about to
But
get one and put it on the wall somewhere.
look, I'm telling you, that might be my next gift for you, my sister, my property manager. Y'all so big on this show. I'm just about to get y'all some diplomas. I graduated from the Grey's Academy School
Give
of
me some
Doctor.
forever, whatever.
Get
You
your
know what I'm saying?
doctorates. But yeah, nah, it's levels to it. I'm a very
Yeah,
slow person. Because the times I've moved fast in it, I didn't like it, and I learned my lesson last year when I had lost one of my best friends. Um, and it sucked because also you got to move fast when you're working. At your
yeah,
jobs they don't allow you to really feel stuff like that. Like I found out my friend had died, and I had to go right into work. Like in that whole week,
yeah,
I did not let none of it out. And I remember one night, I think I was just chilling. It was Friday night, and I was chilling. I was kind of drinking, And then it all hit me finally. I was like, I
Yeah.
lost my friend, but I tried speeding through the healing process all week and like, all right, it's over, blah, blah, blah. That something came back and was like, and I think I was just listening to music. And for some reason, my iPhone likes to be funny. And it was playing a lot of songs that I knew that she liked. And it was just hitting me left and right. And I was slowing down and slowing down. And it finally hit me. And I was like, ah. And I'm crying. I'm texting like random people. I'm like, it hit me. It happened. Ah. So that's why I kind of feel like you got to slow it down. But once you
Yeah.
just said what you said, was like, yeah, you can't slow down like that, knowing you can, you hindering yourself and others, the lives you could be touching, all this like
Yeah.
that actually that makes some sense right there. So I gotta give that.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I had to learn because I'll make excuses as to why I'm not speaking up. Like right now, for example, the Beautifully Imbalanced podcast, which is the very first podcast I had, I have not. It was supposed to be back in November. I've only recorded 3 episodes. Yeah, and
Look,
I
I only
had an
keep
Uber
track of
ride.
I only keep track of 2 episodes for you. That's this and Monday. Don't
I
make me hop
know.
on Wednesday for you. I'ma be on you.
So I had an Uber ride and I shared my story with
Right.
the Uber driver because I was leaving my acupuncture appointment and I was explaining to him why I was doing acupuncture. I said I used to have PTSD. I have PTSD. I live with PTSD, and I told him the acupuncture helps me. I said there was a time in my life where a touch would make my skin crawl, and I have little babies, and so sometimes they would want to play with me, and I would just be so uncomfortable. And so I was explaining to him how powerful, excuse me, how powerful acupuncture had been for me, and he was like, wow, I was just thinking about this, like, I was just trying to think of some other treatments for me to help with my PTSD. And he was like, and I was thinking about acupuncture. I was looking at some stuff on TikTok and I was watching some different videos or whatever, and I was thinking about acupuncture, but it's hard to take advice from people like online,
Right.
um and so then he asked me how did I get PTSD, and so I shared with him about my trauma, which is what I talk about on Beautifully Imbalanced. um and so I shared with him my trauma, and then he opened up to me about his trauma and how he got PTSD. And there was a lot of similarities. And we talked about, like, he asked me if I was a believer. I talked to him about that. So I talked to him and I told him some of the things that I used to cope, how I started and how I got to where I am and how powerful acupuncture had been for me, but also, relying on faith and things of that nature. And when I got out of that Uber, I was like, damn, this is why Beautifully Imbalanced is so important. And this is why you need to be more diligent about recording those episodes. That
Yeah.
is part of my call, is for me to, like, I may not always be able to speak to a person in person, but I
Hmm.
can share my story online, and whoever finds it and it's for them, it's for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and so that was like my little reminder, you know what I mean? But again, I'm just out here moving at my own damn pace right now instead of moving at the pace that I'm supposed to. So I've slowed too far down on that show.
Ooh.
I mean,
Sound like you going 5 miles an hour right now.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I've slowed too far down. Um, because there's no issue with consistency. You see, we've been on these 2 shows for however long. In April will be a year
For
for
years.
the original Carter Love talk show. This one started maybe I want to say 20 episodes after.
Something like
Um
that.
yeah, so and it's been consistent, you know what I mean? Um so there's really no excuse other than the fact that it does require a lot of more mental and emotional energy.
Mm.
Um, but I have recovery things in place. So it's more about, I feel like, trusting my healing and just diving in. Knowing that if I look too far back, I know that I can pull myself back out of it. But also knowing that if I look too far back on Wednesday, I got y'all on Friday to help pull me all the way out.
I'm weak. But
Like, we gonna laugh, we gonna talk, and so I'm gonna be back.
you got this. You got this. You gonna get on track. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so
Don't worry.
yes. So I think having all speeds, just like the car has all them damn speeds, having all speeds is important. They put that what is that 80 and that 100 on there for a reason. Okay, we're not supposed to live in the 80, but the car can go up to 80.
But you can get there. Like, don't
The
test
car
me.
can go up to
It
100.
can get there. We can get there.
You know what I'm saying? If we're not meant to use that speed, why can it go there? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like knowing all speeds is important. You know, I'm like, when it comes to grieving, I like to just cry it all out in the beginning and really feel everything in the beginning and then go from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when my brother passed, I couldn't do that because there was two little kids chasing me around the house like, Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Then there was my oldest niece, which it was her dad. And I felt like I needed to not be strong for her because I feel like there's no strength in hiding how you feel, but I felt like I needed to show up for her in a certain way to support her. And so I felt like falling all the way apart wasn't helpful in that time. So I didn't allow myself to fall apart until the funeral. And I feel like that I was able to take my time in that sense when it came to grieving in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that each situation is different and we just have to gauge which speed is best for us in those moments.
It's true. That is true. Well, I didn't answer mine, but one thing I learned last year, that's implementing for me this year, is that what you said in the beginning, understanding that even though everybody's getting a little success, mine will come. Just gotta be patient. But
Mm.
I learned that I gotta kind of stop holding myself back. I hold myself back a lot. I psych myself out a lot. And that's funny because when I don't, I'll be walking, yeah, I'm him. But then I got moments where I'm like, hey, I don't know where he at, but y'all got to go find him because I am today. But I figured that out because one thing I did pray for / write down that I wanted to happen this year was I wanted all of my what I'm good at. I want it all. I want it all. Like I want to make my I want to be successful in it. I want to make my funds. And ever since this year started, I know it's only been a week, but I've been getting calls to DJ for stuff. I've been getting calls to come and fix stuff and stuff like that. Stuff that's been happening at my job that's kind of paving the way for a certain position and stuff. And for a minute, I was like, hey, yo, we only on day 5. Chill out. Calm down. Like, I said, I know I wanted it, but I ain't want it right now. But then I told myself, I'm like, yo, this is what you asked for.
Yeah.
Take that chance. Worst you could do is fail. And if you fail, I tell myself, what did we learn? Go back at it, try it again, learn from your failures. So like this year, I'm working on basically actually knowing that, reminding myself I'm him.
What's
like
the
go
word?
and do it. Go and do it.
What's the word?
Expand. I'm expanding.
You're expanding.
Expansion jutsu. But no,
expansion jutsu.
I'm definitely like when I tell you it has been freaking me out the amount of like offers that people or little things that people throwing my way, and I'm just like I'm happy about it, but I'm also like this is what I asked for. But I also, like I said, I freak myself out. And Chardonnay again. Oh, look at her. She ain't even on the episode. She getting her mentions. She reminded me the other day when I brought it up. She was like, bro, these people wouldn't be asking you if they didn't know what you could do. And they
Qualified.
witness what you can do at other events, at other parties. They're calling you because they know you
Qualified.
can do exactly what it is. And I'm
Exactly.
like, you're right. You're
You're
right. I
already
got it.
qualified.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta stop freaking out because my main concern is always, what if I mess up? What if I do wrong? But I'm like, some of these people that have been calling me, they've been to things that I DJ for. So I'm like,
Hmm.
no, they're calling me for a reason. There's a
Also,
reason for it.
mistakes are not the end of the world. That's one of the biggest things that I had to grasp on. What's Miss Frizzle be saying?
I
Make mistakes, miss something. I always forget it. I always be like, whatever she said, I know we need that.
yeah.
But I'm always like, I let my it's anxiety tries to control things before I go into a situation. Reality is my intuition will get me further than anxiety ever will, right? Just like your talent and your intuition will get you further.
Yeah.
It's gotten you further. When you get in that groove, when the music hits you and you're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna blend this with this," and you know what I mean? That creative flow. We don't have a lot of thought in creative flow. Yes, we do to some degree, but even when we structure that shit, slightly it's gonna change.
It's going off the rails. Like you
It's
got
gonna
the
change.
plan,
It's like with
execute the plan, throw it away.
actors, they got
Yeah.
a script, but the best lines be the stuff that they improvised.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I feel like we have to remember that as well. Is like it's not gonna go as planned. Most likely, it's gonna go better. We might make a mistake, but we're gonna learn from that mistake, and then we're gonna do better. And honestly, just because we make a mistake, it might not even be a noticeable mistake, which means again we're gonna learn, and ain't nobody even gonna know we made a mistake.
Right.
You're qualified for these roles, and that's why they're asking you to dive in. You know,
Right.
and I think that that's a powerful thing. I think that sometimes, like you said, we do psych ourselves out. We know that we're qualified. We already have the proof. Like I'd be like, I gotta make a portfolio, and girl, your Instagram, your website, that is a portfolio. What do you mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you have
Nah.
a portfolio.
That's one of my biggest flaws. I psych myself out so much, and I told myself I got to do better with not doing that because I miss a lot of opportunities. So and to y'all miss a lot of opportunities when you psych yourself out. Like again, you go in there, make the mistake. Sometimes the mistake might work out even better than you thought. You never know. I mean, look, a lot of us was mistakes. We out here doing the damn.
Stop it.
No, but I'm serious. Like you
Yeah,
never know.
mistakes
I've been
get you closer to where you want to be, though.
yeah,
Fail, learn,
exactly.
fail, learn, fail, learn, fail, learn, succeed.
Failure is the
You're not gonna learn
greatest.
shit if you don't fail.
Failure is the greatest teacher in life. If nobody else
Yeah,
can teach you anything, failure is it's gonna show you. I promise you. And if
yeah,
you don't learn from it, at that point you're just hard headed. But
yeah.
yeah, no,
I
that
tend to be very impulsive.
mm,
I have
mm,
moments like I don't have it in between. Like I'm either like super cautious or super impulsive. But the slowdown is teaching me that nice little overlap.
I have all three. So I got my moments where I'm very impulsive, but then I got my moments where I can slow it down and I'm good. Like I'm cautious, but I'm not as cautious as I should be. I will say that. I
I'm
just
too damn cautious.
I'm
That'd
I'm
be the
in the
problem.
wind with it. Well, I mean, you got to learn to be cautious a little bit because you got kids. Like
But I'm saying I'm overly cautious to
oh,
where it's
ooh,
a hindrance. Yeah.
yeah, you got to
I'll
chill.
but again, like I said, I'm learning because that's a trauma response. I'm learning to not let that keep me and to
Right.
trust, like I said, trust my abilities, trust God, and know that I'm all one at the end of the day, I always got me. So I know I'm a bounce back.
Yeah.
Two, knowing that I do learn the lesson. I'm not one of those people who miss the lesson. I will learn the lesson. I will apply the lesson and I will do better. So trusting in myself is a powerful thing that I have to keep practicing. Because I'm basically what I'm learning this year is to live in my healing. I've lived a life where most of my life I was this anxious person who was hyper vigilant, always looking for like what's the problem, what's going to happen next, where's the, you know what I mean? Like always looking for the shoe to drop, right? So living with anxiety, depression, and PTSD, I was always kind of on the edge. So that's where I was overly cautious, like playing out every scenario in my mind, right? So now I'm learning because I've healed that or I have coping mechanisms for that. Now I'm learning how to survive without those tools. So it's like I'm not as cautious anymore, but I'm like, can we put our foot in this water? Let me put my toe in. Okay, maybe I can put my whole foot in. Okay, I can put my body in there, but we can't swim yet. So let's not go like
I get you.
yeah, so it's coming along. Progress happens at its
It
own
it
time.
it takes time, but you will get there. As long as you're
Yeah,
willing to be patient and put in the work, you gonna get there.
yeah. But
You gonna
also, you gotta allow yourself that pressure though, because sometimes we be taking it takes we be like it takes time, and you be babying yourself, you be enabling yourself. It takes time,
right.
baby. It don't take that long.
Yeah,
It don't take that long.
yeah. Sometimes you gotta speed it up, dog. Speed it up.
Speed up.
Uh, grab the wall. I almost sung the Icon song. I had to chill out.
I know.
Uh,
That's why I said it like that. Speed up. I
but
was waiting
yeah,
for
no,
you to say gas pedal, but you didn't. You didn't go there with it.
oh yeah, it slowed down. Grab the wall. Wiggle like you're trying to make it. Anyways, I sung it earlier on a different call I was on, but yeah, no, that's the one thing I learned. On top of like I said, being patient and knowing that my time is coming for whatever
Yeah.
it is. But this year I'm my like I said in the New Year's Eve video, my word is recovery this year. So
Mhm.
I'm recovering, and I'm also learning from my mistakes from last year.
A recovering alcoholic. No, just kidding.
Look, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I
Recover
got
this.
some coins for you.
Gotta recover this liver. That's funny. My friend Destiny at my job, she
Where
she
is that?
made me a bag. It's actually on my counter. Let me grab it. Uh, it's funny because I was telling her about it. She like my work best friend, and I was telling her about it. Like, bruh, I'm really trying because I'll be drinking, and I came into work on Wednesday, and she's like, "Buddy, I
Uh-huh.
got something for you." I was like, "What?" And she made me a little bag, and it says 7 days sober,
Oh,
1 week strong, one step closer. And I was like, "That's
that
sweet."
is
And
so cute.
it had a little sock in it with a note, and she was just saying, I know it's something. She just said, "I'm proud of you. I know you taking a step to create a better life for yourself this year, and even if you do fall off, the fact that you tried." So it meant
That's
a
so
lot. I
cute.
didn't expect it, but I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, dog. Thank you. I appreciate it." But a coin is crazy. I don't need no
Mm-mm.
chip, dog, because I might cash that thing in.
This is a month.
I
We
might
not there
cash
yet.
that thing in.
We
Look,
not there
I'm
yet.
there.
They got all
And
mixed in.
I ain't trying to make
I bought
anybody
these. I bought these for myself, not for drinking though, for a
for
different
other
type,
things.
for a different type of addiction. But but I was like, maybe if I had something tangible. There is a coin for I think 1 week, but
I believe there
I don't know
is.
where it is. I think it's in my wallet.
But my thing
But
is, I don't want to let nobody down. After January over, you may see me drinking again, but it's not like that. I'm not gonna be
in
going all
moderation.
crazy. It was
In
just what
moderation.
I is in moderation, yes. But I needed to slow down in general because uh, that's a health thing right there. Like
Yeah.
that can lead to diabetes and stuff like that, all that type of stuff. And what I did realize was throughout this whole week, I have not once said I was tired.
Yeah.
Like every morning, I will wake up, I'm a little tired. Throughout the day, I'm tired. Since this week has started, I have not been tired. I stay up till like 12 o'clock in the morning and and wake back up for work the next morning at like 6 or 7. Like
I'm gonna give you this when you succeed.
I look like a fake fakest memed $100 bill I have ever seen. But I would
When
appreciate
you
it.
succeed, I'm gonna give you this.
Is there something on the back? Oh, okay. I was about to say if it's blank on the back, you can keep that shit. I don't want it. No. At least commit to the bit.
It's gonna stand in place for when we're in person.
I'm weak.
That's so funny. I'm gonna send it to you in the mail.
I
You on the list.
appreciate that. But yeah, I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it. I like how far I've gotten with it,
Yeah.
even if it's just a week. That still means something because there's a lot of people that just be looking for a reason to break.
Yeah.
But it just shows a lot of discipline, like you said, because that's one thing I do want to teach myself too. Because I feel like last year I wasn't as disciplined with myself, even with going to the gym, eating right, spending money. Because boy, I was not disciplined with my money.
Yeah.
My Uber Eats is rich. Like if there was just a one section for me, they like this property is some of the Uber drivers already know where they're coming to at the time. They got so used to it, they'll knock on my window and put it on my back porch instead of putting it at the front door. Because they just like, oh, this Jay. Well, we are like, I had to stop. I'm like, bro, this is bad. I need to chill. But yeah, on top of that, I'm trying to be disciplined with my money and stuff because I want to be able to, pick up and just go places, have fun, and I don't want to be sitting here always stressed.
Promising me for once. No, I'm just kidding.
I had been to Cali in like 3 years, I think. 2-3 years. Oh no, since 2024. I was out there in 2024.
I thought you were out here last year.
Nope.
Not for fun, but damn, years be going by fast.
Mm-hmm. Last time I was out there was for my grandma, and my uncle's funeral in 2024, but it was in December. So
I know, but I thought you were out here for a cousin's funeral last year. But I guess
nope.
I don't know.
I did not.
Sad.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was not.
Wasn't that when you came back and they surprised you? When was your birthday surprise?
That was the same year, 2024.
Okay.
That was 2024. Yeah.
That's when you bought your car, right?
Yep. Everything happened in 2024. I started my business. I got my car. I did unfortunately lose my grandparent, my great grandmother, and my great uncle. And then I turned 30. And a whole bunch of other random small good things that happened. But yeah, all that was in 2024. But it all seemed so fast because right after that, the year ended and we went into 2025.
Yeah, okay. That's why I thought it was last year.
So it was all just back to back. And then last year was just, and it's crazy because that seems so long ago, but our birthdays was literally like a month and a half ago or something like that. Somewhere around.
I know.
It wasn't that far back. So,
yeah.
Time just flying. That's all. That's why you got to slow down. Because you don't know what year you in right now. You still thinking you in 2025. You got to slow down and enjoy everything. And get your wellness check in with yourself.
Sometimes I want to get to a financial place where I can slow down and enjoy some stuff. But I know it's coming. That's why I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I know it's coming. And like I said, like my mind will want to go there because it's used to going there. Right. But my intuition will be like, "Nah, girl, we good. Like, don't worry about it. It's gonna happen." Like, So, I've definitely slowed down a lot more. Definitely slowed down a lot more for sure. And just like I said, really letting things unfold the way they need to.
Right.
And trust in that timing. And just also what I always tell myself too is like, I have everything set up, right? Like if someone was like, girl, I want to hire you to be my brand and not my brand ambassador, sorry, my branding agent. My website is set up. So I can send them, what services I offer. I can, show them that I the branding that I have on my website. They see the branding on my Instagram. I have a couple of Instagrams where the branding is set out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm ready. And so I just have to keep allowing myself to learn things that's just going to make me even more a better service to others. And
Right.
not like just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, you know what I mean? And people, that's the other thing too, is sometimes we be rushing because we don't have like the physical thing that's showing us, but
Yeah.
people, you, they know. That's they know what you're doing. They see what you're doing, and they may not say something. They may not like it. They may not comment. They may not even tell you. Some people don't even realize how powerful their voice is. They don't know how powerful it would be to hear, like, "Girl, I see what you've been doing, and I would love to hire you, but I can't afford you." Like, you know what I mean? They don't know how powerful that is. You know what I mean? And so you have to give that to yourself and just know that you're ready when it does happen, you know.
Yeah.
So
That
so
is
yeah,
true. That is true.
it's all coming along for the
And that's
good.
all that matter. That's all that matter. Just keep going. The progress is showing somewhere. Just keep going. Uh-oh. What just happened?
He said, "I don't want to see y'all no more." That's what he
Nah,
said.
my bad. That was my fault. I hit the cord to my. I was trying to fix my charger for my laptop, and I pulled the cord out from my camera.
You hit the
My fault,
swan.
y'all. My fault. Is it on there? Oh, okay. Whew.
My oh my.
This is such a short. I don't want this. We got any more topics? I didn't want to try to make this short. We always hit like 2 hours.
Oh, you trying to hit 2 hours?
Hours. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make sure we always stay in that too. Because every Friday we never go any lower than 2 hours. Like
I
we
know, unless
always. Oh
it's
yeah,
just
we always hit a 2.5 hour mark.
yeah.
And I think this is the
I do have
first.
other topics. I don't know if I'm tired or if my eyes are just
You're
tired.
probably tired, and I totally forgot you're still working. I'm so used to you like just being
Working from
at
home.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like when you said that, I almost paused like the fuck she got a job. I'm like, bruh, she told you this last year. Stop
I
acting.
know.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it my damn self because I'm like usually my homework I can the fact that my homework isn't done wouldn't be a problem usually, right? It's not a
Yeah.
problem now either because I looked at my homework assignment and it's fairly easy. I can do it between tomorrow and Sunday and have it turned in on Sunday on time. But like it's a little scary
Right.
because I know that tomorrow when I get off work, I might not be in the mood to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'll
Right.
be so exhausted physically. Um, but so I'm adapting to it as well. I'm hoping that it's not a long term thing. I have like some solutions coming my way. Um, so that I can there's just a lot of transitions that are happening in my life. And they're for the good, but they're just a little uncomfortable right now. So I'm looking forward to the changes, but it's a lot. I'm gonna take this out of this bun because I think it's too big. Like I love the bun, but it's heavy and it's making me lightheaded.
I feel you. Yeah, nah, that's gonna take some getting used to on your end. Uh
Yeah,
I feel like you'll get acclimated. So why don't you want it to be long term?
I want it to be long term, but if it's long term, okay. So one of the transitions that we're going through, um, is their dad is going to move away. My kid's father is going to move away, and so that means there's going to be less childcare.
Right.
Um, so that means my availability has to change, and they want to keep me, but they want as retail, they want me to have open availability. Um, so I can't stay because I don't have the availability they want me to have. But like I said, I have a solution. I have my small business. I have different things working for me. So I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna work until he moves and you know, stack up and where I can and go from there. I was hoping though that this job was going to allow me to finance this. I wanted to get a sign right here, a Carter Love sign. I also wanted to get mics, um,
I'm
and then
listening. I'm just moving around, so
yeah,
yeah.
I wanted to also do some stuff for the oil brand. Um, and it's gonna come. So like the vision is still there, but it's gonna come. That's my thing. That's the other thing that I'm learning when it comes to slowing down. Is just because God gives me a vision doesn't mean it's time for me to execute it. He's just giving me the vision. And sometimes I'll be like, "Ooh, we gonna do it like this, and this," and I'm having to plan all out, and I'm like, "Let's go," and it's like, "It's not time yet, girl. Slow
Right.
down." So that's been my thing too. But that's what I wanted the money from this job to go towards, is having some money to live for me and my kids to like start taking classes and like going to different events, but also having money to do stuff with my business and with the talk show, to like boost some of the posts and so we can get more viewers and stuff like that. But um, again, timing, it's going to happen when it's supposed to. Also being mindful that I don't need a lot of money to boost a post. You know, I can take $8 and just be okay with whatever that gets me, whatever happens from that. You know what I mean? So just opening my mind to not having everything that I want at one time, just because I can see how good it'll look or how good it'll be, just because I have the ability to see what it could be doesn't mean it has to be that.
You're gonna get it
So
when you're supposed to get it.
exactly. And that doesn't mean I can't take baby steps. My problem is I don't like taking baby steps. But that don't mean I can't take baby steps to start getting there, right? Like I want my community center, right? But what the way it was shown to me is it's starting here in this studio, right? Then I'm gonna go do vendor events, right? Then people are gonna get an idea of who I am. Then I get a studio space. Still doing vendor events to raise awareness, but I'll have a studio space where I can start doing some of the stuff I would do in the community center. So I might have a market day where people, different small businesses can come set up and it'll be a vendor market. But then on other days, I'm using it as an office for marketing, um, to help other people with marketing. There might be a day where I'm using it as a photo shoot space so I can take photos for the clients that I'm modeling for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and that's just in a studio space. And then as that builds profit, then I can move to a bigger building. Then I can move to a bigger building. Then before you know it, I'm in my big community center. You know what I mean? So it
Right.
does take baby steps. You don't just go from being online and being here to being in a big community center. And some people may, but that's not always the case. So I'm just learning to be okay with the baby steps and not think of it as like, oh, I'm less than because I'm doing baby steps. You know what I mean? Um, so that's just kind of one of the things that I've been learning to do and process is being okay with them damn baby steps.
Yeah. That's that's me a little bit doing this process because I've seen other people when they started their business, stuff took off and this and that, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
is this supposed to be this slow? But it's like it all depends on how you go about it, who you are, your village, et cetera, et cetera. But
Word of mouth, who
yeah,
is speaking up for you, and yeah,
you got to make sure you still putting in that work as well. Like,
yeah,
don't
the
depend on everybody.
consistency,
You got to be
yeah,
consistent. Oh, consistency is really the key. A lot of people got upset, and I'm pretty sure you might be one of them, because I fell off on TikTok heavy. As y'all notice, I am no longer really doing my
yeah,
videos. But when I have good ideas, I'll hop on there here and there. But when
yeah,
I started, oh, I was on TikTok like there was no tomorrow. There was not a week. You did not see my face all of
yeah,
2020 and part of 2021. Like you,
yeah.
almost every day, you would see a video up. I made like 3 to 6 videos a week just to make sure I was posting because I wasn't playing. I'm like, I want to get somewhere, but I
Yeah.
started getting real lazy about it, and I'm just like,
But
I was
here's the
like, I'll
thing.
get there when I get there.
Yeah. Because that doesn't get everyone somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Niching down doesn't get everyone somewhere. Posting regularly doesn't get everyone somewhere. What I've learned is I need to be consistent in who I am. I need to be
Yes.
consistent in my healing. I need to be consistent in how I show up for my community. I need to be consistent in those ways.
Yeah.
Consistently posting is cool, but it's also very draining for you. Sometimes it takes away from the art. Sometimes it takes away from who you can be for your community. You know what I mean? Um, so I kind of gave myself grace when it came to that because I have moments where I'm like posting, like I'll take an hour and I'll create a bunch of content and then I'll post like 3 a day, 5 a day if like when I was doing it more frequently. Um, and that worked for me. It got me more views and stuff like that. But my thing is I can get views and followers all day long. Are they going to turn into sales? Are they going to turn into people that I'm impacting? Because with that content, sometimes it is positive. Sometimes it's positive because it's, you can witness my confidence, you witness my growth. A lot of times the caption has something positive in it. Um, but I just feel like it's not as impactful, but it does raise my visibility. But what's the goal, right? You know what I mean? And so I like, for me, it helps me to be more myself when I take my time and I do it on my time instead of doing it on the algorithm's time. When I feel like I have to post 5 videos a day, I'm doing it on the algorithm's time. So it's like sometimes I don't feel like the post has purpose. And I don't like to do things that don't have purpose. And again, like it would be stuff that was still true to me, but I just felt like after a while it was just like a lot of posts. I'm just putting stuff out there. Now I still batch create. So like I'll still take an hour and create content and store it, but I don't pressure myself to meet those standards because I feel like at the end of the day I need to do what I can do. And it's okay to push yourself, but it's also okay to know what's pushing yourself too far. And so I've learned as long as I'm being consistent with how I show up for my community, with me being true to myself, with me either healing or trusting the healing that I've already done or both. As long as I'm consistent in those ways, for me, that's the better form of consistency. Like you are consistent in showing up for this show. You're consistent in the way you support your friends and family. You know what I mean? I feel like those are more important things to be consistent about. I do know that in business, people want to know that you're going to show up. People want to know that you're consistent, but also you showing up on social media is not the same as you showing up for someone in real life. Like we've talked about before, social media is not accurate. It's all assumptions. It's assumptions. It's perspective. It's the way something is presented. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. So I feel like it just I think it just depends on the person what they believe that consistency means for them, um, and what's more important to them in their goals for their life. I know for
Sorry,
me,
I got you on mute because I'm cooking. And I didn't want everybody to be like, "Damn, it's sizzling back there." Uh,
it's sizzling.
but no, you,
I want one day for you to set up the camera and for you to cook while you talk to us. And I want your mom to mix some of them little herbal drinks while she's talking to us. But I know she was excited about being able to sit on the couch and just talk.
yeah. No, but you did make a good point. When you were saying doing it for the algorithm. And that just kind of
Mhm.
clicked in my head. I think that's why I started falling off because it felt like more of a job and not a passion. Um,
Yeah.
because this is something I love. But then it
Hmm.
was like it got to a point where I'm having people, when your next video, when your next video,
Yeah.
when your next video, and I'm like, I love it because that lets me know, oh, y'all love it. Like I'm doing something
Yeah.
good. But then I'm like, I can now see why some actors, I see why, and artists they drugs and alcohol and whatever it is because it's like y'all killing me out here. Like yo, y'all be bashing my boy Chris Brown out there for doing coke. At this point, I don't blame the man. I need a line because y'all getting on my last nerve. Like, and
You get on my nerves.
at this point, I don't blame Whitney or Bobby. Like, go ahead, and
Stop
let's just be
it.
high. Let's just be high, please. But it's it's that's stressful, man. That stuff it gets you. Um, consistency is good, but don't lose yourself in being consistent.
Yeah.
Make sure you're being consistent for the right things. Because sometimes you will be very consistent for the wrong things, and then you'll
Mhm.
mess yourself up. You'll mess yourself up, and you won't even love or want to do what you want to do anymore. Like I said, prime example. I don't do any TikToks no more. It's not that I don't love it. It's just I lost my little passion for it because it started to feel like a demanding thing. It started to feel like you
Yeah.
need to do it, and that's why I was telling you most of the time. I don't know if you caught it, but I would ask you, "Are you doing the show?" Not because you need to do it, but I'm like, you gotta rest, dog, because I don't want you to lose your passion for this, and you just be like, I don't want to do this no more. Like,
I know.
you
I'm
know,
gonna tell you this. Someone told me that I should combine all the shows because for the same reason. They don't want me to lose the passion. They don't want me to spread myself too thin or get burned out. But I just feel like
but you
I
got a
love,
goal in mind. You know what you want to do, so of course you're not gonna.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love the way they're separated because this show brings a different atmosphere than that show does.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And then the third show that I've been wanting to add on that I can't do yet. I probably won't be able to do that until I move closer to you, honestly, if you at that time have the capacity to help me with that. But that third show I feel like is going to be very special. Well, I should call it the fourth show because Beautifully Imbalanced is still very important. I have to stop writing that show off. Beautifully Imbalanced is still very important. But the fourth show is slightly different. It's more, excuse me, it's more commercial branding, but it's also still really real and raw. Have you ever
right,
seen those commercials where like it's like they're interviewing? I have it right now with this new bank or this new savings account where they're interviewing these people, but they're interviewing them in their homes, and then they have like B-roll, and but you still hear the interview.
yeah.
It's kind of like that.
I
That's what
get
the yeah. Um, but like I said, I like having all these shows, especially because when this is my job, right? When this is my job, it won't feel like I'm spreading myself thin. The only reason why it feels like a lot sometimes is because I still have to get on social media and push it on social media. I still have to find people to be on the show. I
you.
still
Right.
have to do my psychology homework and my work for my kids. You know what I mean? But it's not always going to be like this. Eventually, I'm going to have a teammate to who can also go find people to be on the show.
Right.
Eventually, I'm going to have someone who can do the social media portion of things, or someone who will do the highlights so I don't have to do the highlight. You know what I mean? Eventually, there will be a bigger team. Um, so I feel like if I can do it now, why not do it now and build a strong foundation, and then later on I'll start um what's the delegating other tasks to other people. Um, So then also eventually I don't technically have to host all the shows. This show can be hosted by someone else. I would like to, of course, still host the main one and the other one and the other the other three. But this specific show doesn't necessarily have to be hosted by me all the time, you know?
Right.
Um,
I mean,
so it's,
prime example, we did it the other day with the game night. I literally, that was, if y'all didn't catch it, that was me hosting that one. If y'all didn't.
yeah, yeah. So it doesn't always have to be hosted by me. Um, Shoot, sometimes I could be in the comments. Shit. Like the Shay went on vacation. We made her go on vacation.
Right.
And so now here we are, Car Love Talk Show After Hours with your boy John. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's cool because even that is growth. I was so there's this guy, his podcast is called IDFK. Before I started was it this podcast? No. But yeah, before I started the talk show, I still have my Beautifully Imbalanced podcast, but I had Beautifully Imbalanced, but that was it. And I wasn't as consistent with it, but I was more consistent than I am now, right? Um, and I remember him telling me, like, you know, sometimes he would want me to host, and we would talk about me hosting, but I never would host. I was too chicken. I'm like, this is your baby. Why would you trust me to host your show? Um, and I remember he was like, this should be able to run without me. And I was like, dang, he's brave, because I could never do that. And now here I am with a team that I trust to where I could do that. And I just love that growth, because like I said, I have a hard time asking for help. I have a hard time accepting help, because I always feel like there's something hidden behind it, or I'm going to be let down or disappointed or something. And now I feel like I've built a support system to where I have people I can rely on. But also, I feel like I've built such a safe space to where y'all know what's acceptable and what's not. Y'all know what we're doing here. Y'all know that we are opening our arms to the community, where people can be raw and show up and be true to themselves, voice their opinion, and it's safe for them to voice their opinion. Nobody's wrong or right here on this show. You know what I mean? We're all just kind of voicing our opinion based off our experience, based off the lessons we've learned from what we've been through, and that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like the space, the foundation of the show is locked in to the point where I don't have to be here all the time, but y'all know I'm gonna be here. I'm damn sure
She
gonna.
like a mom, even though you don't see me, I'm watching.
I'm here, babe. But I do definitely want to start doing some Friday nights in person. Not, of course, not all the time, and of course you're somewhere else, so we would probably come to you. But I want to start doing some in person ones. I want to start doing some out on the town, like say like I'm going to a mixer, so I do a live. I do the live on the way there, and I'm talking with you guys, and we're talking about business. Maybe that's the topic of the night, whatever. And then I do some live while I'm at the event. Then I take photos and videos, and then I can share a recap on the show. And so there'll be like on the channel. So maybe there's a recap of that event. Even like, you know, we've talked about going out there in October for that homecoming event. You know, even with that, right? Doing some live. I think the plan currently, plans change because we are still at the beginning of the year. But the plan is to come out there Thursday, so then we would be able to do a little bit of the show on Friday. Um, but yeah, so Friday, and honestly, we probably do it 7 o'clock their time, not 7 o'clock our time, because I feel like 7 o'clock our time we would be doing the festivities.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so I would rather do the live there. You know, we pregame doing the live, then we go to the event. We do some live clips there. Hopefully by then we could do some live clips on the Carter Love Talk Show Instagram. Hopefully we have 1,000 followers by then. That's the only way you can do a live on that Instagram. But do some live, get some clips, then we can do a recap again. The recaps can go on the event page, so then people are still, I mean, on the network, so people are still like, oh, I was watching that live. I want to see how things went. You know what I mean? That we got the selfies going and like the food that we had, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. I would love to do that kind of stuff too. I think that would be fun.
It definitely would.
Yeah.
It definitely would. And yeah, when y'all get out here, yeah, we can make that one happen. The in person. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we can make it happen.
Yeah, we can make it happen. Also, because I am gonna have my own space soon, I've been thinking about how I can move my living room around to where actually the way it is right now is fine. I just want to put a curtain over my bookshelf so it looks like this. It'll look just like this over the bookshelf. Still
I,
we on brand, baby.
I,
Um, but yeah, I'm gonna put a curtain in the bookshelf area so then like it'll look like my backdrop and we'll be
right.
on a black couch. So then like certain times people can come over and I can do episodes there and we can just chill on the couch. Because I'm not gonna lie, so there was another guy that I was gonna do a podcast with. Girl, listen, I was like you, Ja. I was like trying to piggyback on other people because I was too scared to do my own podcast. I'm not saying that you're scared. That was my
No,
thing. I
I
was
no,
scared.
trust me. I was scared, and I wasn't scared because I don't think I could do it. I was scared because the people I knew might get me canceled. But
See, I'm scared. I was scared because one, I felt like people would get tired because I love talking about self-love and healing.
yeah,
Two, I was afraid that I wouldn't have anyone to come on the talk show. Like I would run out of people to come on the talk show. And let me see. I'm gonna look at the channel and
that's
look at
crazy.
how many episodes.
I'm not saying you ran out of people, but regardless of the amount of people you had, people was willing to come back home to the show.
I know. So we have 28 episodes of the Carter Love Talk Show, and only two of them are repeats. So that's what? Eight? Take away two is six. 26. So we've had 26 guests. That's 26 people like that I've interviewed. Well, actually, one of those is me, so 25. But
Don't
I
matter.
forgot
Don't
one of
matter.
those is me.
It don't matter.
But yes, and so I'm excited because it's just growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have uh, three new people that I'm interviewing. Two of them I just met last year, um, and mainly just through sharing their stuff. I made an introduction this year, and I was like, I want you on the show.
Right.
Uh, there's actually four because I forgot I locked in two more today. Um, so I was always afraid that I wouldn't have the guests, and then I would have to come up with content on my own. So that's why originally the show was going to be like news, and then it was going to be brand boost. I was going to talk about ways to boost brands, and
Right.
then it was going to be me talking about my oils, like or the ingredients in the oils. And then occasionally I'll have someone to interview. If you go on the Carter Love Talk Show Instagram,
Uh-huh.
it says the Carter Love Talk Show is about you'll get 15 minutes of me talking on a topic and then you'll hear from an expert or professional. And that's not even what the show is like anymore.
We never followed the script since it started at all.
It just goes straight into interviews.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I love, like I said, I love it. I love the way it turned out. So it's cool. But I was piggybacking on someone else's podcast, or we were supposed to do a podcast together where we talked about things because he was more out there. You know, I've lived a more sheltered life, and we had a difference of opinion on stuff, so we couldn't understand where each other was coming from. So we were gonna talk about like real life stuff, but we were gonna do it. He has like this whole group where he goes out and he eats with people. Um, and like he'll like go out and eat, or he'll if he goes to a new restaurant, he'll share it with his group of friends,
Oh, he's
and
like a
they'll like
foodie.
yeah, they'll like rate it 10 out of 10. It was this, it was that, whatever, right? And so the goal was to do it either at the restaurant or bring the food back to our location and eat it and talk about it while we were talking about the what you call it, you know. So then
Yeah.
eventually the goal was to get sponsored by different food places for us or people to give us food to do on the show while we talked about like the real life stuff. But
Y'all
I
was trying to
still
do
want
like an
to have
advanced what's that dude show? Um y'all was trying to keep Leah a little bit.
I don't even know who that is.
The dude, the dude with the locks that be judging everybody food, he's like, me and my wife went to go get this food and I'm judging this out of 10. Do it with me. That guy. You ever seen him?
Oh, I've never seen it. You have to send me a video.
I'll send you a few
Uh,
video. I bet when you see his face, you're gonna be like, oh, I've seen his face. But yeah, he rates a lot of food, and I ain't gonna lie. It's this picture I send to people. If I come to their house and they have made something, I'll send a little photo of him going like this because I'm letting them
that's
know
so
I'm
funny.
about to judge you about your food real quick.
That
But
is so funny. But
yeah,
yeah, so I've always
dope
wanted that
idea.
aspect. That's why I always be like, bring your food and bring your drink. Like,
Yeah,
because I've always wanted that aspect of this show. So when I do have my own spot, when it's officially mine, I must set that up. I might do some episodes, even if it's just by myself. I might do some episodes in there. But again, I still want the branding, so I'm still gonna have this set up, but it's just gonna be in the house. I'm gonna have it set up out here, but I'm having it set up in there too. But man, I was like, what if that thing just fell down and hit me in the head? Like, you abusing me, so I'm gonna abuse you. But
you stupid.
inanimate objects, they be doing what they want. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, so I do want to emphasize on that aspect of things more. Um, hopefully in the spring, do some in real life episodes. Callie doesn't live far, so he might be able to do one here. My sister doesn't live far either, so she might be able to do one here. We'll see. I don't know if I want these people in my house. No, just kidding.
She said, I don't want y'all in my crib.
I might have to like
Yeah, we're gonna do this shit at the park around the neighborhood.
sage the place. No, just like what energy y'all came in here on? Then they gonna drink and then they might not want to leave. Damn, I didn't think it all the way through. No, just
Look,
kidding.
you did not at all. You was like, this was a good plan at first. Look, you had me in the first half. You lost me in the second. Like you thought about it. Damn, they're gonna be passed out.
Listen, I'm be like an hour and a half in. Listen, y'all ain't gotta leave.
But
Y'all
y'all
gonna
gotta
have
get
to
the hell up out of
continue
here.
y'all portion of the show in the car on the way home.
Oh my god.
In the car on the way home. The show is over for those two. Okay, we can continue though. No, just kidding.
You're stupid. You are stupid. That is funny though. But yeah, no, in live, in person shows, I think they're gonna be those are gonna hit when they start coming around too.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Because then
gonna
you
be
get to
good.
see you get to see everybody interact with each other
Yeah,
physically and not through, you know,
I
just
definitely want to do some in real life, like some game nights. While we drink and we do those games and the dare games and stuff like that.
pretty sure that'd be
But I
fun.
do want to do one. I do feel like it would be fun to do one on the phones, but I want someone to run the imaging, like like put the comments up so we can actually participate in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, um, but like a truth or dare or whatever, and we're like out in public doing it.
That would
Uh,
have me crying.
like we go to like a mall or something, or like a Target or like a Walmart or something, you
Right.
know, and
And
we're like
hopefully we don't get kicked out.
we have to do these like dares and stuff like that in real life, like outside in the world, but while we're on live. This is not. Sorry, I've been picking at this hair.
Yeah, I've seen.
Um, but yeah, so
I'm
I
down for
think that
that.
that's too.
Look, bigger and better for this year. Bigger and better.
Yes. That's what I love about the after hour though, because there's no bounds. I do want some structure so we can start, you know, celebrating some brands. But other than that, there's no bad idea.
Well, that's where you'll stick most of that in the beginning, you know,
Yep.
because most of the people that usually join up are here in the beginning anyway. So get all that out the
Yeah.
way in the
Hmm.
beginning.
Yeah. And then in the posting, because I could actually start like even after today, I can get next week's setup because I already know who's coming on next week, right? I can already have next week's setup. And the sponsor, whoever's sponsoring that episode, because we'll be sharing it throughout the week, they're going to get
Right.
visibility because of that. And then they're going to get visibility from us talking about it in the beginning. And then after that, we can just do whatever we
Yeah, because
want.
my fan they were questioning me real bad. Um, one of the nights because it was like, Lil, we have not seen no post anywhere. Like, what is going on? Are y'all going live? And I'm like, it's not me. It's and I wasn't trying to blame you. I'm like, she makes her posts like hours before. But I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, you also got to realize we're on two different time zones, so it's late for me over here. But she's
Mm-hmm.
just now waking up, so I promise you, she's probably making something. And when she makes it, I'll share it. But I was
Yeah.
like, man, these low key would be like a little bit better to have. And I was gonna talk to you about that, but like better to have days in advance, just so people know this is what's going down Friday.
Yeah. But, and then also it's good to know how things work for my team because that works for you, right? For me, the viewers that I get, I get them when I post the day before and when I post 30 minutes before. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they forget or what, but when I send it out like that, I get more viewers. Like there's more viewers that I know in the comment section.
Right.
But when I have it prepared and you send it out, then there's more viewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why if you when you went in today, there was the Monday episodes are already set up for the rest of the month. There's
I
only
figured
one.
that. Those are always set up. Those are always on point.
Yeah, they are. But they're not set up this far in advance. Like in here on the Instagram they are. But in here on StreamYard it's not. It usually is set up the day of. But now they everyone got their links they can send out. I'm gonna set up their flyer. They're gonna be able to send that out and share. Um so speakers are now going to be not required to, but they're going to be able to advertise more for their own episode. Um and yeah, so like I said, as long as I know who's coming on the show and I have the topic, then I can set it up ahead of time because I also want to start getting the description set up too. Um, and so that's why I want to be more mindful about on Friday nights who we're bringing on. Because before it was a more like an improv, like
Yeah.
like we all just getting together, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but now I do still want that vibe, but again, like I said, I want some structure. So, like
Right.
I said before, I know who's coming on next Friday. I know who I want to come on the Friday after that, and so on. And I want to just make sure that I'm scheduling people on Fridays like I do on Mondays. Um, and then if they don't show up, we'll still talk about whatever topic we were going to talk about. They just ain't gonna be a part of it. Um, but
But
yeah,
the show must go on. No monkey
you know
ain't
what
gonna
I'm
stop that
saying?
show.
Like Zim, because we've been here before you was even invited. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good year. Don't ask me what I'm doing, y'all. I'm tired. Okay, I was gonna pinch my nose with this.
You
It was
said
in
what?
my to-dos.
I barely heard you. My
Oh,
bad.
I had grabbed this and I was gonna pinch my nose with it, and I realized that I was on camera, so I felt like I needed
You
to
sound
pinch
like
my.
you getting tired, dog.
That's what I said. I said, y'all, I'm tired. I don't know what I was gonna do. I use this to hold. If y'all seen earlier, I use it to hold my sage when it gets this far down because sometimes It
You don't want
gets
to
so
burn your
much
fingers.
air that it starts. Yeah. Same thing with my Palo Santo. I use it for that. Hold
Mm,
it
okay.
while I
Well,
burn
look,
it.
you ain't gotta stay up too long, dog. I know you tired,
I know we made it to 2 hours.
and we made it to 2 hours, so we ain't gotta worry about it.
I need one of them hats, but I'm gonna have to do what I did with mine.
I ain't gonna lie. I really went and made this on Amazon.
I know you told me,
Yeah,
but
like
still,
it was quick. Cause like I gotta get another Carter Love talk show hat like that, but I want to get it in the styles that I'll be wearing.
I know you said any hat, any hat.
Hey,
You didn't.
yeah, I did say any hat. I did say
You
any
said
hat.
any hat as long as it's adjustable. That's what you told me.
No, and it was good, but I was like, when I put it on, I felt like it made my head look small, big, and the hat looked small, like this was a child's hat. I'm like,
Because
I
I
feel
think I
like
got you a dad hat, didn't I?
something like that. Damn, I got too many hats, and it's all in my closet. I ain't going to search. But when I put it on, like the bill looked like so much smaller, and the hat
Yeah.
looked like it's like it dang near looked like a yarmulke with a bill. And I was just
This is
like,
why I don't wear hats.
I was like, why?
Because what is this? This is why I prefer beanies.
I feel like you gave up the hat phase, and like when it was a big thing in 2010, and everybody was like in their photos. I felt like you had a
The
hat
only
around that
reason
time.
why I ever bought a hat was because when that song came out, A,
By
and
Sierra,
everyone was walking around with the A hats on.
the Atlanta
That
hat.
that was that was the only time I really cared about hats. Then Beyonce, when she did Homecoming, she had a hat that had the back cut out like this. I said, well, maybe I just need a hat like that. And so I bought some hats and I put my logo on them. And I still wasn't really rocking with the damn hat. Then I bought this hat because I was like, oh, I just need to, like I said, I just need to cut the back out. It's not giving. I'm just saying, like, what? I don't know. Hats are not for me. I like beanies though. Beanies look cute on me. This is not. I'm probably gonna give this to my daughter.
Look, you struggling to get it out your hair.
You know, a lot. So maybe I don't need a Job Productions hat. Maybe I need a Job Productions beanie.
I can get a Job Productions beanie or some female looking style hat. Don't worry, you ain't got to get this exact one.
I
It's
want a
just
hoodie, maybe.
I look. I ain't on there yet. I'm still working
I
on the
got you.
shirts
Don't worry about it. Don't
because
worry about it.
my issue is trying to get this logo. It's my issue because the little globe on here is hard to trace out and put on stuff when we use it on my because I got a shirt. My stepdad got a shirt maker that we use, and it's hard to get this exact thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I don't know. You know what's funny too is that's what I was gonna add to this list. I'm glad I said this. Hold on, give me 1 second.
She said,
So
"Look,
basically,
taking notes. Write that down. Write that down."
so I wanted to create a discount code for everyone on the team. You and Ray already have one
Yeah.
because he's the male model on my team, and you're my hot guy. So you guys already have a code, but I was gonna get a code for Callie, the photographer on the team, and then my hairstylist now on the team. So you guys have codes to hand out for people who utilize any service that I offer. And then I want to gift you guys eventually. There's these quarter zips. Oh, they're so cool, and they're really nice. Like the fitness ones. They're not the quarter zips that are trending now.
Because
Like that's
I
the
got
old.
bagged on the other day and I didn't know what it was called and I'm so behind. I got like a brown one, I got a blue one, and I got a straight gray one. And I
Yeah.
wore one to my grandmother's birthday dinner that we had. And somebody was like, "Is that a quarter zip?" And I was like, "Somebody got some weed?" Like I was so confused. I'm like, "The fuck?
That's so funny.
What?"
No, so at Victoria's Secret, we used to have these workout sweaters, like the
Yeah.
that workout fabric, and they would only zip to right here. So we called them quarter zips. And I created some with my logo on them. Same thing, they're fitness ones with my logo on them. And I'm like, I want to gift these to everyone on the team. The only thing is, I don't know which one to do. I think I have one that has Carter Love Collective, one that has
Mm-hmm.
Carter Love, and then I think I have one that has Carter Love Talk Show. Eventually, it'll be depending on department, and so there's that. But it might just be Carter Love Collective because that's kind of like the umbrella, anyways. Because the cool thing is, this will this channel will end up being like the broadcast channel. Like, so when we do have other businesses that work with us, again, sponsoring and spotlighting and shit like that, this will be like the news channel.
Mm.
Today in Job Productions,
I
they're
get you.
putting out a movie. They're putting out a movie. So head over to their YouTube channel and
Right.
watch their movie. It's only on YouTube. They're getting deals from Netflix, but Netflix ain't gave them the right money yet. No, just kidding.
Oh
And that's
man.
what the news will look like. You heard it here first on the Carter Love Network.
Oh man. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Oh, so this will be, will be broadcast in the news.
I feel it. Everybody needs some news sometimes. Good, bad, not so sad.
Little advertisement. Oh, I was trying to figure out where I need to be, at, going to cats. Like, who can
Hey.
I ask for? Who's
Yeah.
gonna be my producer? Job
There you go.
Productions. Oh.
There you
I
go.
was
There
trying to
you
figure
go.
out how I can get, a DJ for my party.
There you go.
Job Productions. See? We just letting people know where they can purchase stuff.
Pretty much. Well, Walmart ain't got everything.
They don't. Okay? Because I'm telling you right now, they ain't got no Yoni steam throne.
Oh no, they don't. They do not. Not handcrafted with love. Come on
With
now. And
love
blessed.
and
I
thinking about your well-being, because
mm-hmm.
ain't no paint, baby. Ain't no plastic.
None.
Okay?
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know nothing about that. Every time they spoke to my mom, she would like literally bombard them with that. Cause they were like, oh, I got one off of Amazon and I got this and I got that. She'll just be like, what is it made of? She like, that ain't good for you. And a lot of them try to fight back and be like, but it was cheap, blah blah blah. She's like, all right.
You want to take cheap over the actual benefits. Because, see,
Man.
when I first started it, my friend was telling me about it, and I had just had a baby, and she only told me about like how it benefits as far as like a snapback goes.
Yeah.
And so when I did my research, that's what I led with. Like, how does it benefit you as far as snapping back, right? But also there was no like, you only find what you're looking for when you research. So if you're not looking for all the answers, you're not going to get all the answers.
Yeah.
Um, so again, I didn't think about the fact that it's plastic, which is crazy because I had already stopped using certain stuff because it's plastic, right?
Yeah.
I just knew I didn't want that thing that sit over the toilet. I knew that much. Okay, that's nasty. Okay. Um. So, and then I knew I didn't want. I don't know if you've heard of these, but they have these little balls that girls were sticking inside, and they were supposed to detox. And I'm like, I'm not putting that shit up there. The hell I look like.
I've never heard of that.
It was crazy. But it was like these herbal balls that girls were putting inside. This was during COVID season. They were putting them
Oh,
up, and they were like, yeah, this came out and this came out. They basically said that it would help them detox and shed whatever was left over after their menstrual. I don't know. But I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll do a yoni steam, but I ain't doing that.
no, I feel that. Yeah, no, that's
So I feel like I didn't stick with it because I went into it for the wrong reason. You know what I
right.
mean? But actually at that time I wasn't as spiritual. That's when I was kind of being okay with being spiritual, but also being having a relationship with God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people feel like they make it seem like you're a witch if
Man.
you're spiritual. Um, they make it seem like you're against God or whatever. And so I had to
Yeah.
find my own beliefs. You know what I mean? But that time with my friend, she did teach me a lot because I learned about that. I learned about crystals. I learned about sage. But I only learned what I looked for. So I had to educate myself more as time went on.
Right.
But
Please
so a lot,
educate yourselves.
yeah. So we don't be like those people that be talking to your mom crazy. I
Man.
got my own Amazon.
Because if you don't know
They
what
got
you're doing,
lead in that. There's lead in that paint, woman.
and then even like she, because she taught me something about that too. Sorry, she taught me something about that. Um, when I first moved out here, I was trying to like get tea tree oils and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
I just straight up went to Amazon. She said, "You need to find a place that actually like all of that stuff is watered down." Like she was like, "You
Hmm.
need to go." They used to have a place at one of these flea markets, and I was just like, okay. She's like, you got to find a place that actually makes this stuff. Like it's coming from them. Like it's there. Don't sit there and just buy whatever because it's on Amazon and it's for cheap. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna need the authentic stuff. You can't be doing stuff like that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's how I got into my oils. Is I started working with the authentic place, um, and so they hire people to sell their oils,
right,
and it's hard to get people to sell them because they are authentic, and so they're expensive. And people are like, well, I could just go to Amazon, I could just go to Marshalls and buy a whole set. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yeah, but that stuff is chemicals and stuff like that. And so what I started doing was infusing oils, blending, making recipes myself and selling those. So then I'm still selling the oils, but then I'm selling it. One, I get in control over the recipe because I'm doing a recipe that was kind of given to me by intuition, or what is
right.
it? Stuff like that. What they say, your ancestors, and I don't know who gave me the recipe, but the recipe just fell into my head, baby.
Right.
And I make the recipes, and it's still authentic, all natural stuff, but yeah,
Okay.
it's challenging to find the real stuff out there sometimes.
Yeah, nah, it is because I definitely didn't know where to go at all. So
Yeah.
if it wasn't for my mom, saying, yeah, you got to go here, you gotta search some of these spots. You can't just go to any willy nilly place. Like you got to make sure you get it from
Mhm.
the right place because you don't know what they putting in most of this stuff. So
Mhm.
you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to.
Most definitely, boy. Oh
But
Lord.
I am feeling the sleep. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
I
am
was hitting
feeling it.
like this, like a V8. Should
A
have had a
V8,
V8.
a V8 smack today. I am feeling it.
I had a V8.
I am getting tired. I tried hanging in there with y'all, but normally I'll be passed out around this time because I've been waking up
I
on
think
time.
also we be going longer because we be drinking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Last was it last Friday? Yeah, last Friday you only got lucky because I think I took a nap and I woke up. Today I did not take a nap, like because I didn't get off work till 7. And then I came home and started cooking. And like literally, when I finished cooking and finished eating, that's when I started like hopping on here and texting you because I was like, oh, let me hop up in here and do this real quick.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was I got relaxed. Like I went on a walk and I was like I was like, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna watch this show together, and everyone went to their own corners. And I was like, no, we were supposed to hang out and watch the show. And I was like, Deshay, maybe they need time by themselves too.
Yeah.
So they were doing their own things. I was in the room watching my little anime while I was like, scheduling posts for the Shay Shay Butter Instagram, and then it was time for the show. And so like I had time to like unwind, and then I showered, and then I had even more time to unwind.
Right.
And I knew that I wasn't gonna drink, so I was like, yeah, this show's gonna be real laid back.
Yeah.
And
It ain't gonna
like I
be
said,
as
I
active, and it's okay because again, you did title the show a wellness check, so you know
yeah.
it's better that we were a little bit laid back this time around instead of being all energetic and
Yeah.
drunk and in
My
there.
yeah, my hope for this show, for anyone watching the replay, is for you to have seen how we were able to unpack some things, how we were able to learn from one another, from us observing each other's journeys, but also observing our own journeys, and for you to gain some comfortability in being honest with yourself, with those in your support system, and in knowing that we are a community that's here for you. So if you do want to do a wellness check, but you didn't want to do it here on this live, or you didn't want to do it here in this replay, knowing that you can reach out to me and we can do that. Knowing that if you want to do it in the comments, I can. I get notified when there's comments. But also I'll be more diligent to make sure I check the comments, knowing that we did a wellness check, and things like that. So knowing that this is a safe space for you to unpack some things, um, knowing that we may not be therapists, but we are human beings who care,
Hmm.
um, and so um, just knowing that this is a safe space for you to do that, and this will not be the last wellness check. We will do this again. Um, I don't know how frequent they would be. Sometimes there's a need, right? So they may need to happen twice a month. I might have to do this again at the end of the month. Who knows? Um, but just knowing that this is that space for you to come and be yourself, be raw, be if you feel like you in a shitty mood, you in a shitty mood. Whether we on a regular,
It happens.
you know what I'm saying? Whether we on a regular Friday night after hours or a wellness check, baby, let us know. Especially in the highs and lows, that's the time to bring it up because we can really get in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most
Um,
definitely. That's the best time to bring that up.
yeah. So, just knowing that this is a community that is there. I do want to. We can start with Instagram. So if you guys ever want some back and forth conversation, you can start DMing the Carter Love Talk Show Instagram. Eventually, I do want to start getting people on Discord, those who are comfortable with Discord and familiar with Discord. The Discord is set up. Okay, y'all. I set it up before I started the talk show, so the Discord is set up. Um, but we can start with Instagram. Then we can go to Facebook. Like I said, the Facebook set. Everything is set up, y'all. Everything's set up. But as far as updates go, as far as communicating with me directly, even if you want to reach out to Jaw, you can communicate with us through the Carter Love Talk Show Instagram, and then we will connect with you there. So if you want to share some of your highs and lows, maybe it's not Friday and you're like, ooh, I want to share this high and low, or ooh, I want to do a wellness check. That is the space to do it. If you're not going to do it here in the comments, that's the
Yeah.
space to do it. I just want to make sure that door is open for you.
Safe spaces all around. Safe
Yes,
spaces.
yes. But I think that is it for the night.
You look like you on your last straw, dog.
The reality is, I'm probably gonna stay up for 2 more hours and
That's the
watch my
scary part
anime.
about this. That's the scary part about this. I feel like once we get off here, I'm about to go and still be up for some dumb reason.
I'm gonna drink some water and some tea, and then I'm probably gonna watch some more anime. And I don't know.
Or just let the night take you wherever, huh?
I guess so. I mean, that always happens, anyways. I will end this show. We can go till like 10 o'clock, 11, 10, 10 o'clock, 10:30. I will end the show, and I'll end up in the back room talking to one of y'all for another hour or two.
Man,
And then
it
I'll
be
stay
like
up
that.
and watch the show. And I love it because for you to be on air talking to each other for 4 hours and
And
then you
then to
can
be
still
on
go
the
in the
back,
back.
yeah, and talk right after in the
I love it.
backstage, dog.
And both shows are like that. That interview with your mom, we
I
was both
figured. I was
tired.
like, as soon as y'all left, I know they was tired, but my mom, I know she'll talk it up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just sitting there
We
just
was
talking the
both
whole
tired, but
time.
we was chatting it up.
And knowing her, I know when she's super tired, but she ain't trying to be rude. She's laughing a lot, so I know y'all was just sitting there, just giggling,
I know,
eyes
and
all
I was
low.
yeah, and I was like, I really don't want to keep her because I know she's tired. Then she had mentioned something about the grandbabies the next day. But then we would start talking about more stuff, and sometimes it wasn't me. So I was like, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah,
Um,
here for any conversation that's hitting right now,
yeah, I'm
that's
about to be
helpful
flying
and
out
hitting.
there. You be flying out there, and you could be like, "Hey, Deshae, what you get here?"
And I ain't here for
You
you.
don't
I'm here
roll
for
up
your
at
mom.
your mom's house, and
What's
I'll be right
what's what's crazy is a lot of people that meet my mother and my stepdad and my father too. Anybody that meets my family or my parents, every time they get to know them, it's no longer I'm here because I'm cool with you. So I'm here for your family. What the fuck? Like, yeah. First off, you met them through me. What you mean you here for my family? Like, yeah, I'm coming to hang out with your sister. Like, you don't even know her. We went to school together. Not you. Like, what
there.
is
That's so
going
funny.
on? But I
Oh,
do
I'm
love that
definitely
about my
coming.
family.
Listen, I'm coming over there too though because
I,
I want a cooking lesson.
yeah, nah. Everybody, look, I'm always down to help people cook. Teach a little something, something. Help the
Little
people.
something, something, something.
Long as y'all don't mind my coaching skills, I get a little bit like, what you doing? I treat you like when I treat people like when you driving and you see them miss the exit, you be like, so where you going? Like I'm not, I'm low key not that
I know
helpful
you.
when it comes
I
to it
was
because I just want to know
just,
what the hell you
I
got
just
going
thought
on.
it would taste better if no. Follow directions. No, I'm just
Yeah, nah, pretty much. I promise you, that's me. That's me
oh.
to a T. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you can at least try it first. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, you're
Have
right.
you ever
No, you're
watched?
right.
Have you ever watched Spy Family?
I believe so. Is it an old
I'm gonna,
Nickelodeon show?
I'm gonna take that as a no. No, it's an
I,
anime.
oh no, 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 no. No, then no. No.
So, anyways, the mom on the show cooks very horribly, and it's funny because the food is always bubbling. Because she just thinks, okay, so it was
And
cute.
it's
She was
always
like,
like green or brown.
it's blue. It's
Oh
always
Lord.
blue. It's like blue and purple. And her brother, she's been taking care of her brother since he was little, and he's always like throwing up while he's eating her food. He's always like, it's so
Blech.
good. But it's like they make on the show, they make it like it's like sparkles. So his throw up is like
Yeah,
sparkles
it's
on
not
the air.
real throw. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. That's
But it was funny because he was like, oh, she was like, oh, I don't remember if the girl did a good job at school or what. She's like, I'm gonna make it with all your favorite things. So you could just think about how that turned out.
yeah.
Because she
That
was
is
putting like the candy and the cake and
yeah. Just throwing
the
in
girl's
random
favorite was like
essentials.
her favorite thing was like steak. Her favorite like some it was kind of like Salisbury steak. So
Uh,
she's like blending all this shit together in a bowl.
just hoping it tastes good. Lord, the poor child.
All your favorite things in there, baby. No.
That mess, I would have been throwing up a whole storm.
Go sit down.
A whole storm. I'd have been vomiting.
My
That's
gosh.
crazy. I might have to find that show. I might have to check it out. I might have to check it out.
It's kind of kiddish. I do like it though. It's fun to watch with my daughter. Um, it's cool though. But after so long, it goes to sub. So we paused on watching that. My daughter was watching it with me. We had to pause on watching it because it went to sub, and of course she can't read yet. She's 5.
Gotcha.
So we had to pause on that, and now we're on My Hero Academia because I don't know where I left off on that, but now I found out that there's 9 seasons. I said, hold up now, David.
That is the
Hold
only
up.
show I never got to tap into.
Really? I like it. You know why I like it though?
Naruto.
Can you? Can you guess why I like it?
It's giving Naruto vibes.
It's a lot like Naruto. A lot like Naruto.
Yeah,
Deki is Naruto.
I've heard nothing
Period.
but good things about it. That's why I said it's not that I never got to tap into it because I
It's
didn't want to. I just never found out where to watch it because I didn't have Crunchyroll. So when I finally secured it,
mm,
I'm like, oh my goodness! Like I seen clips and I'm just like seeing shit, and it got all the inspirational talks and stuff. I'm like, okay, so it's another Naruto,
it's a
but
lot
everybody
like
was like,
Naruto, but it's modern. Like
everybody
they
said
got cell phones and shit.
everybody said you might like it a lot more because it's hero based and they know I like my hero stuff. So they were like, you should give
Yeah.
this one a
And
try.
it's cool. Even the villains are cool. Like the villains' abilities and the way the villains look, because they look creepy, but they look cool. And you know me, I'm a DC girly.
Yeah.
DC villains usually look hella fucking creepy.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know? So I love it. I do.
I'm
So
not, yeah, I'm give look, I told myself I need to start watching new stuff this year. I've been watching random shows that I don't really watch, like Tulsa King, uh what's the other show? Mayor of Kingston, Landman. It's a lot of Paramount shows, but it's the same director. And then I'm trying to watch other stuff that I've been throwing off that I haven't seen. So I'm trying to get back into One Piece. I'm trying to watch other animes that are not the normal animes I normally watch. Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, I cannot watch. I have to watch something else around this
I'm
time.
definitely still watching Naruto.
I told
But
myself I need to watch some old school ones because I did start Yu Yu Hakusho years ago, but I stopped it. So I'm like, I gotta get back into watching, doing what I want, and not doing it because of people telling me. Because I'm like, it's just stuff I've been wanting to watch, but I'm always going back to the
that's what
old
I've been.
recycles.
Yeah, I've been because I've always had pressure on myself to watch certain stuff myself, but because of like the conversations that we've been having, but that's occurred on both talk shows.
Yeah,
Um I've had more pressure to watch certain things, and I had to remind myself, like, watch what you want to watch for you, because there are some movies that I want to watch, but I want to watch them because I feel like as a woman I might need to watch them, or because they're monumental, or because they might teach me something about history, or you know what I mean, like just different stuff like that. And so really just focusing on what I want
yeah,
and
I,
not what people feel like I should do just because they feel like I should do that, you know what I mean? Especially because a lot of times people don't realize I haven't watched the stuff until I say it. It's not stuff like, oh, you're not gonna get it. Like, you people's favorite thing to say is, you're not gonna, if I use this phrase from this movie, you're not gonna get it. But a lot of times it's people who don't even use those phrases from those movies, but
right.
now they do because they know I'm not gonna get it. But
Mm,
before, we've had years of friendship or tons of conversations where it never came up, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. You know what I mean? So
right.
I had to be like, that's a them problem, not a me problem.
Nah, I get that. I get that.
So I'm like, do I want to sit here on Sunday and watch one of these movies that they say I should be watching, or do I want to watch
What you want to watch?
exactly?
Like, do you want to keep it to in your comfort zone on what you want to do?
Exactly.
I don't blame you. I ain't mad at you. In the
Exactly.
words of
But
Tupac.
also me, I'm one of those people where when I watch the movies, I'm in there. Like when I watched Hidden Figures, I watched it in the movie theaters. When I tell you I left the movie theater feeling like we was back in them ages,
And the movies will do that to
like,
you.
oh, he opened the door for me and I'm a black
I'm
girl.
weak.
I'm like, Shay, it was a movie. We're not there yet. We're not there no more.
Right. It was just a movie. Chill out. Calm down. Calm
We're not
down.
there no more. I'm like, it take me a while to bring it back in, you know?
Reel it back in. Step back to where you was at.
Bring it back in.
I'm
We are
weak.
in this year. Okay. All right, sir. It's time. It's time.
My camera is
The
acting
time
all
is
up.
now on my end. The time is now 9:40 p.m. Do you know where your child is?
Not the do you know where your child is?
You know where your
Was it the
child is?
1980s, the 1990s, late or early 1990s, late 1980s? Do you
I
know where
think
your
that
child?
was. I remember. I feel like I was in like third grade and they were still saying it.
Oh no, they were still saying that, but it got real famous around I think the late 80s, early 90s. It was really, runaways, kids being out doing whatever.
Do you know where your child is? Right
All that
here.
all that.
Right
Gotta
here. All right. So, you know, affirmations and quotes and things.
my always all-time favorite quote. That is not mine that y'all know of, but it's the family's. And I mentioned that before, but if y'all didn't hear me, it is. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Philippians 4:13. And remember to always be yourself. Never stop being yourself. Keep being natural all around you, no matter what anybody says. Keep being you. And that's me.
Finger guns.
Bow, 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 bow. Kevin Hart. Bow, bow, bow.
My favorite Kevin Hart quote right now is "Not me, not me."
He's a
What I love
hilarious
is his
guy, bro.
little chuckles in between his statements. Like, not
Because
me.
some of them be like he laughing like because it's funny to him, but he also laughing like y'all got me.
Yeah, not me.
And that's what I like about him. That's what I like about him.
The other one is today's a perfect day for a fuck up.
Oh man, you gotta love him. You gotta love him.
Woo, I'm just kidding. So thank you guys for watching tonight's episode of the Car Love Talk Show After Hours, our wellness check-in. As always, remember that you are worthy always. You are worthy of attention, right? Healthy attention, someone being attentive to your needs, someone being attentive to your health, your mental health, your physical health, your well-being. You're worthy of having a safe community where you can unwind, where you can, drop some of that weight that's on your back, even if it's just for a few hours, right? You are worthy of being heard. You are worthy of being seen. You are worthy of being true to yourself. You're worthy of being honest with yourself. You are worthy of unconditional self care and unconditional self love. Until next time, my loves, thank you so much for watching the Carter Love Talk Show After Hours. Bye bye.
See ya.